Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom!
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he.
Gonzo. Jeez. Well, that's good. Of course they're going to do that. Of course they're going to reset everything right when Jason's gone. So for those of you uninitiated, when Jason is gone, and it's Chris and I, Jason is really good at keeping me sane and on track. You know, like my mind tends to go places. And Jason's really good at bringing it back in. Now, Chris,
Is he?
Well, when he wants to be. Sometimes he chooses the path of least resistance. But usually, you know, and he'll do it in a very, very deft way, very, very nice, smooth way. Sometimes I don't even realize it. Now, Chris is good at that too. The problem is that Chris generally chooses chaos. And that's fine. So when Jason's gone, sorry, I'm just trying to log in here. When Jason's gone, we'll do our best to stay on track. But also, I would like all of you to do your best, okay, to keep the show on track as well. So that means, you know, no random questions in the chat. That means no random questions on the text line when I eventually am able to do that and log in. I'm doing a show, by the way, and simultaneously changing my Google password.
Changing it.
So in order to be a part of the YouTube chat and say hello to everybody, I have to sign in on YouTube, which is a partner of Google, of course, or they own each other. So I just went through the whole, like, log in, your password isn't working, fine. Log in another way. I get a code sent to my Gmail. I enter in that code. And then it has me do another code, which I have sent to another email address. I enter that in. I entered everything. It says, okay, good. You got it. Awesome. You're in. And then the very next screen I see is, it says Google. And then it says 500. That's an error. There was an error. Please try again later. That's all we know. And it shows a picture of a robot that has been destroyed. It's literally pieces of a robot lying around on the ground. The weird thing is, if you listen to this show on a semi-regular basis, it just sounds like I'm absolutely clueless when it comes to technology. And I don't blame you for having that thought. The funny thing is I'm like the family's IT guy. I have a basic understanding of tech. It's just the tech here, for some reason, is the bane of my existence. I don't know why. Oh, here. I can log in now. It's already logged in. But there's something about the tech here that I just suck at. I saw Jason late last night on the... there, I'm in. Hello, everybody. I saw Jason last night in the rundown. We use a Google Doc, so if I'm in there, it shows me, my name. Same with Chris, same with Jason. I saw him in there updating our Let's Go Streaking segment, because that's kind of his. Even when he's gone, he's still doing stuff. When Jason's gone and he's still doing work, it's, wow, Jason's super committed. When I'm gone and I log in or participate, it's, dude, get a life, go on vacation.
Is that what happens?
That's kind of a double standard, let's be honest.
Is that what happens?
What am I missing?
Are you in the prep sheet or are you on YouTube?
I'm on YouTube.
Oh.
I'm saying hello to everybody. I'm greeting. I'm the greeter.
There was one time you got them all worked up while you were gone.
I very much remember this. It was, I was going out with somebody. I remember. Here's why I remember it, and I will never forget it, because I was in the chat doing what everyone says the key to good sports talk radio is to create passion. So that's what I was doing. I was creating. I was helping, but I will never forget it because I got a text from Jason. It said, here's exactly what it said. Hey, would you mind cooling it in the chat? Which for Jason is like, dude, shut the F up. Go on vacation. You're riling everybody up. I'm trying to do a show. I mean, he basically yelled at me.
Can you cool it in the chat?
That's legit what he said. Can you cool it in the chat? Derek in Tacoma says his flight is delayed because someone clogged the toilet. Blames me for that, too. Can I just say that I have noticed on a lot of planes it says something like, be careful with what you put in the toilet. Clogged toilets cause plane delays, which is what Derek's dealing with right now. No, dude, I've been at home the whole day, but I will say that reminds me that when I went into the bathroom this morning, there was a cockroach floating in the toilet.
Here?
No, at my house. Yeah, we may need to spray or do whatever you do for cockroaches. The thing is, this probably is something my wife would definitely not want me to admit. Set the screen! Like, we have cockroaches at our house. But when I say we have cockroaches, it's like one will show up every once in a while and be like, I'm a cockroach. And she gets mad at me because it's probably the same one. In that same bathroom, I don't know, it was like 4 days ago, I went in there, used the bathroom, went to go wash my hands, and there was a cockroach chilling on the top of the drain in the sink. Just it wasn't doing anything. It was this big old cockroach. And so I went and washed my hands elsewhere. I said, there's a cockroach in the... She goes, why are you washing your hands in the kitchen sink? I said, there's a cockroach in the... And she goes, oh, you're scared of a cockroach? I said, no. I didn't want to mess... He didn't do anything to me. I didn't want to mess with him.
Or she.
Yeah, thank you. I assume the cockroach is gender. You can't do that this week, dude.
Just wanted to get that out of the way.
Chris likes to say things in my ear that you can't hear. That sets me off on a tangent. That will not. So, yeah. I have this thing where I don't like to kill things unless I have to. And she and I have a disagreement, and I think she's right in this one, and I'm admitting that at 6'10", because she says if there's one cockroach, there's a bunch. And so by you letting that cockroach live, it's going to go breed with other cockroaches. My thing is this: if I don't see the cockroaches, I honestly don't care. Like, if I don't see them, even if I knew they were coming out at night and there was 70 of them on the kitchen floor eating crumbs, as long as they're gone when I wake up and I don't see them, they don't crawl on me, they go back under the house, I can live with cockroaches. Have been around a lot longer than we have, I think.
And they'll be around a lot longer than
yeah.
That's us.
Right, exactly. So look, if I start seeing multiple cockroaches, then yeah, we'll make a phone call. We've done that before, and let me tell you, dude, it's not fun because I like to sit in the backyard, and that's where I watch TV and stuff usually if the weather's nice enough, and it is right now. And I've been there, like, they'll come while I'm at work, and they'll spray the house, and then for the next like 2 or 3 days, dude, it is cockroach Armageddon at my house. Like, I'll just be sitting there, and you'll see this cockroach kind of stumbling out from under the house, and you can tell I don't know if cockroaches can feel pain or not, but it's not doing well. And then it'll just kind of, it's stumbling, it's limping, and then like eventually it just like turns over on its back. And his legs are flailing around, and then and then I got to go around a few days later with our shop vac, and I'm just vacuuming up cockroach bodies. And I, honest to God, feel bad. I really do. I just feel bad. They're not, look, if it's mosquitoes, they bite you. If it's like poisonous spiders, I get it. Snakes, screw all snakes. I don't even care. Not doing that. And I'm not saying cockroaches aren't gross. I understand that. And I think is the most worried if we have a guest over and there's a cockroach. They're like, oh my God, we have the dirt. And we don't have a dirty house. Just have a cockroach. Dwayne says, if I don't see disease-infested insects, it doesn't affect me. That he's saying I'm saying that. Is a cockroach a disease spreader? Do cockroaches? That could be a game changer. Yes. Cockroaches can spread disease. They do not directly inflict diseases on humans, okay, but can contaminate food and surfaces, leading to, quote, mechanical transmission of diseases. Cockroaches are known to spread 33 types of bacteria in various parasitic forms, posing significant public health risks, particularly in food safety.
It's a big deal. If they find cockroaches at a restaurant, like, you are
really
done. Yeah. Like, you're not done, but you have to clean everything up before you can open back up.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just thought it was gross. I just thought restaurants couldn't have cockroaches because it was gross. Just like if the restaurant was infested with ants or something like.
And cockroaches can bite.
Really? Cockroaches can bite?
While rare, cockroaches can bite, which can lead to skin irritation or secondary infections.
Yo, that's not good because sometimes they will chill in the toilet and just do the math there. That could be really bad. Diseases caused by cockroaches. Salmonella, cholera.
I know Jason's really upset that he's missing this conversation.
Does he like cockroaches? Dysentery, typhoid fever. I guess it's salmonella. All right. Well, sorry for trying to love animals and stuff. Just because a cockroach isn't a puppy, Like, if cockroaches were puppies, I'll bet you you know what? Let's see here. Can puppies spread disease? Puppies can spread several diseases to humans and other animals, including zoonotic diseases like rabies and ringworm, as well as salmonella, campylobacteriosis, and leptospirosis. You know what? We should probably exterminate puppies too then. Why not? Why not?
Calm down, Kayla.
Why not? Just because the cockroach isn't cute and you can't put a leash on it, just because the cockroach, you can't take it for a walk or snuggle with it in bed, or will it chase a ball, which I don't know, maybe it will. Now everyone's all up in arms over the cockroach. Well, sounds to me like puppies actually worse, because also they crap around the house. Where's your defense there, Dwayne? It is the start of a new era today, as Thursday we said goodbye to Pat Still. He didn't die, he retired. I feel like I have to keep saying that. And then Friday was his final day.
He work died.
The thing that stinks about stuff like that is, you know what? Hey, you want a rare opening segment breaking news? We have a rare opening segment breaking news. We actually do. Real life.
When it breaks,
We have it first.
it's Sactown Sports breaking news.
Well, how about this? Nothing wrong with getting it done early on a Monday. Trent Williams has secured a new 2-year, $50 million contract with the 49ers, including $37 million fully guaranteed and $22 million signing bonus. He is the first non-quarterback in NFL history to surpass $400 million in contracts and $225 million in guarantees. And the way this was reported, I actually love it. It was reported by Elite Loyalty Sports, which I'm assuming is his representation. I'm assuming that because Ian Rappaport has retweeted that and commented on it. So I'm gonna trust Ian on this one. I actually like that. I like the representation. Like, just bypass everyone. Why aren't you guys getting the hits? Just bypass everybody and announce it yourself. Let's see more of that. I know that's anti-media. What did I not answer on the text line, guys? I can't see. Restate your question.
So you're more of the, if I can't have it, nobody should have it.
Yep. Yeah. Kinda.
Well, it is like such a game. Like, okay, they all came to this agreement.
Yeah.
Like, who should announce this? Why should just a reporter that the agent says, hey, here's the deal, go ahead?
It's funny you ask, Chris. Why is that the case? Why? Really let's all think about that. Why would the team not announce it? Okay, well, maybe the team, can't announce it. Usually a team won't announce a move like that, or you'll see, like, for example, if the Kings make a trade, like it goes like Sham Charania, us locally, Jim Crandall, and then the team, okay? The team won't announce it because they can't say anything until everything's like legal and done and signed and notarized. They have to follow rules. So the team can't announce. So then it comes down to, all right, who else? The player, the agency, which we just saw here with Trent, or the media. Now, why, when somebody breaks news, a trade, a signing, whatever, that not only lends credence to the reporter and the reporter's employer, but it also results in a lot of traffic. And in today's world, like, for example, the Sac B, the Athletic, these guys are tracked almost entirely on the hits they get, on the page views, on the clicks, on the shares, They have whole reports showing every one of those knows exactly which writers get the most traffic and which articles, which topics get the most traffic. Like we'll have fun all the time looking at First Take or whatever's on the monitor and seeing, oh, what does this mean for LeBron's legacy? Or the Yankees and Red Sox, whatever. The same thing that they talk about. We all go, why are they talking about that guy? We even joke, like I got a Big Mac today. Well, what does that mean for LeBron's legacy? The reason they do that is they have the same reports. They actually have more intricate reports that shows that when they talk about LeBron or LeBron's legacy, that everybody and their mother watches or clicks. That's why you see these player polls. It's why you see a lot of the stuff that you see. Oh, so many articles on the Lakers or the Cowboys. Even though the Cowboys have been virtually irrelevant forever, when they write about the Cowboys, not everybody, but a lot of people, it gets a ton of traffic. So back to the question. So why is it that an Ian Rappaport or a Shams Charania or an Adam Schefter, and it's like 98% of the time it's the same people. It's the same exact people. It's honestly maybe for me, and I'm a nerd about this, it's one of the, if not the most fascinating ongoing topics in sports, and we've talked about it many times on this show. I would actually love to do a podcast that was nothing but this, because the currency and the trading behind the scenes for this stuff is absolutely amazing. So what do I mean by that? I mean, okay, I want to name a reporter because I want to sound like I'm picking on them, but you can choose any of the names you want.
Hey, Anna Rossini.
Was that on the air or in my ear? Okay.
No? Oh, she's resigned.
Yes, she's, Re-signed?
Resigned.
Oh, okay. Teams will give a reporter breaking news. Reporter then spreads it everywhere. Team will say, as a matter of fact, I've been told this when I've asked. Team will say, well, if we give it to the national reporter, then the national reporter has a very big, much bigger audience.
That's very interesting that you say that.
Yeah.
Because you found out about the contract from Ian Rappaport.
Yes, I did.
But you said that the agency was the one that was first.
To Ian's credit, he retweeted the agency's tweet. I actually give him a little bit of credit.
Yeah.
The idea, though, that national reporters are given news because they're national reporters and it spreads it easier or quicker is complete and total crap, because Chris Verlaud could tweet out that the Kings traded for Ja Morant. And you'll get a couple people, I'm sure, going, who is this tweeting what? And then they'll eventually very quickly find out that Chris works for the Kings flagship. And then his tweet will go everywhere, and then others, and then it will be, Shams Charania confirming and James Ham confirming, and, on the local and national.
And Shams he's a pretty good reporter. He would probably put
Chris Verlaud first.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. But that's not why they do it. Why they do it is, and this is also why the Shamses and the Schefters and the Jeff Passons of the world in baseball, they know trades in advance, they know picks in advance. Because of that audience, they need them sometimes. They need them to do a little propaganda, if you will. That's why you if you look closely, and most people don't, why would you? It's a media nerd thing. But you see something like Chris Verlaud was let go or mutually agreed to part ways with Sactown Sports. According to Fred Smith, Verlaud's agent, there are many inquiries for his services. In his tenure at Sactown Sports, he achieved debt, and debt. Look for him to get hired soon. Like, there will be little extras in there sometimes as rewards. By the way, if you think that doesn't go the other way, there's a big difference between the Sacramento Kings trade for Ja Morant, Scott Perry looking to be aggressive as the Kings continue their rebuild and go in the right direction, versus the Sacramento Kings trade for Ja Morant. Many will say another desperate move by a desperate owner trying to shortcut a rebuild process. No word as to whether or not GM Scott Perry was on board. That's a real thing, guys. When you ask yourself, for example, why is it that Shams and even our good buddy Sam, who's there and connected all the time. This isn't about Sam. Sam does great work. But don't you ever wonder why the national guys always break Kings news? I mean, local guys will break Kings news like Daquan Plowden called up from the reason they're breaking that is because it's not big enough for the other guys. That's just the truth.
We found out about the Tyrese trade from Shams on Twitter.
Yeah. I found out when my plane was landing about Doug re-signing his deal. Now, that was from Sam, but again, that's a national reporter. Well, why aren't we getting that? Why doesn't James I mean, it's not just about me. I'll use a competitor. Why wouldn't James get that? Why wouldn't we get that? Why wouldn't Jason Anderson get that? Why wouldn't you know what I mean? There's a reason. This isn't me popping the Kings, by the way. It's just how it is. Hey, did you watch WrestleMania?
No.
Okay, well, I have to find a new 3 for Matches question then. We'll take a break. Hey, Chris Rose.
I do know that a lot of people are upset about it.
Are they?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
No,
I'm not asking you right now. I'm just saying, do you know
yes.
why? Okay, good. Then I will ask you. We got a lot to get to today. It's a Jason-less Monday. Chris Rose. Chris Rose. Remember him? Best damn sports show, period. And calling football for Fox and he's going to come on. What are we talking about again with Chris?
The reboot of American Gladiators.
That's right. Oh, my goodness. I wonder if Nitro's still going. Probably not. Wait, is Nitro still with us?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. That was my favorite Gladiator. So we'll talk to him at 7:28 about that. We've got NBA playoffs in full swing, including a massive, massive surprise. We've narrowed down the NBA finalists as far as the awards go to the top 3. We'll go over that a little bit. And so much more. It's Carmichael Dave. It's not Jason Ross. It's Christopher Law. We'll be right back after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
Contractors, remodelers, you now have a great supplier to assist you with your next project. Anova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento. They are Northern California's best kitchen and bathroom remodeling supply store. Anova has the latest cabinet styles, a great selection of countertops, flooring, bathroom fixtures, and more. Visit their website, InnovaCabinetStone.com. Take advantage of their grand opening special, a $750 in-store credit. Stop by today, Innova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento.
A's fans, the 2026 season is here, and single game tickets are on sale now. Be there for an exciting season, packed with theme days, giveaways, and fireworks nights, including bobbleheads, jerseys, hats, and much more. And getting in is easier than ever. Tickets start at just $8 for select April and May games. From opening day to unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone at the ballpark. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets and be part of the excitement this 2026 season.
Whoa. Okay, this one says you get a free phone if you switch. Hey, this one also says you get a free phone if you switch.
Yeah, they all do, hon.
Wait. The T-Mobile one says families saved over $3,700 versus the other big guys in the past 5 years. And their experience plans have Netflix included, plus a year of Dash Pass by DoorDash.
Hang on, let me see that. And a 5-year price guarantee? Oh yeah, we're switching.
That's what I'm talking about. Do we clap now, or...?
I'm thinking high five.
At T-Mobile, get savings that keep stacking up. That's value you can feel every day. Switch now at T-Mobile.
Savings based on Harris X billing snapshots from Q3 2021 to Q4 2025 among accounts with 3+ voice lines compared to AT&T and Verizon, excluding discounts, credits, and optional charges. See harrisx.com/T-Mobile. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com.
Help DEA keep our communities safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, April 25th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
The NBA playoffs are right around the corner, and now you can trade every game on Kalshi. You can also trade on who wins each series, the conference finals, and the championship. On Kalshi, you're trading against other people in a live market. No house, no odds makers. And as odds move, you can buy in or out anytime throughout the postseason. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code PASS to get $10 when you trade $10. KALSHI. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Spring is here, and the savings are blooming at Maida Subaru. Right now, Maida Subaru says yes to savings like discounts up to $6,000 off MSRP. Yes to customer cash up to $2,000. Yes to lease payments as low as $249 per month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing on new Forester Premium. And yes to financing as low as 0% APR with little or no down payment. Visit MaidaSubaru.com. Click the Maida Says Yes button and unlock your spring savings today. Call 279-201-3593 for more information.
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Well, I was mentioning that today is day one of Cody and Joe instead of, a year ago it was Pat and Tom, KNCI, our sister station. Now
they didn't take my suggestion idea for the new show name.
Which was?
Kojo. Kojo in the morning.
Dude, honestly, that's so weird. Because I thought the exact same thing when I saw the graphic over the week. No, I swear I did. I thought the exact same thing. Because, it was Pat.
Is that why they said, we got this dumb idea from Dave to begin with, so no.
I didn't say anything. But why wouldn't you do that? Because they want to, because it was Pat and Tom forever. So, Cody and Joe. Cody and Joe. But the reason I bring that up is one of the things that I would always do in the morning. It was a habit, especially when it was Pat and Tom. Is their studio's right down there. It's two doors over. And so I would go over there before, and, hey guys, good morning, coffee, small talk. Have a great show, you too, And every once in a while the door would be closed.
You would have tested the cockroach story with them.
Probably. It's always something I to be honest, I would this is true. Hey, true or false? I would generally talk to Pat and Tom and Cody more pre-show than you and Jason.
Oh, true.
100%. Generally, we'll say hi.
There were occasions where the opening music was playing, and I could still hear you talking down there, and I'm yelling at you.
We're on! I would get that. We're on! That's true. I'm a big believer in not talking pre-show for a number of reasons, one of which is I don't ever want to take the chance of talking about something we're going to talk about pre-show, and then I hate it when stuff is recycled. But also, that was just my way of warming up. Anyways, start of a new era today. I go by, even on the way upstairs, I was thinking, what am I going to say to them? Hey, great, have a good show, same stuff, whatever. But I come up the stairs, doors closed. Doors closed. Message sent. It's a new era. Pat's gone. We don't have to put up with your small talk, Dave. Get out. Okay. Also, Chris, not to do this on the show too, but the files have been completely removed off of this. That none of the shortcuts are there anymore, and there's exactly two hard drives that are available to me: C and G. Am I correct that I'm looking for M?
Yes.
Okay, and there is no M. So
no M on your computer.
No M on my computer. It just says this PC, local disk C, and common G. So, and the reason I'm asking everybody is it's Monday, and I would be playing for you right now Western Conference playoff highlights, which is what I'd like to talk about. Lakers, Rockets, Nuggets, Wolves. As of right now, I don't have them. Why don't I have them? Because the place where they normally are, when I can bring it up on my computer, I don't have them. So I could reenact them for you, which I will not do because we want to retain listeners. But we'll start with Saturday's games. I guess we can technically start with Friday's games. As I will, accountability is a big thing where I come from. The Suns were favored by 3.5, which was the exact amount that the Hornets were favored by, 3.5. So there's two things I want to be accountable for today. Because, again, we don't have enough accountability in this business. Number one, I want to say we all picked them, but I certainly did. I thought the Warriors and the Hornets would win. Well, those are the two teams that lost. And by the way, the Magic beat the Hornets by 31. I'm okay with that because I feel like the Hornets shouldn't have even been in it because LaMelo Ball did the dirty thing to Bam Adebayo. I'm also okay with the Suns beating the Warriors because go home Warriors. However, now the Warriors are eligible for the draft lottery. And what scares me about that, what should scare all of you about that, is that they could conceivably get the number one pick in the draft. Or even, I was going to say even worse, but the Warriors, as of right now, have a 9.4% chance of finishing in the top four. They have a 2% chance of getting the number one pick overall. Now, you should know today, and I have reached out to the NBA because I don't have a definitive answer on this, but the tie-breaking coin toss, if you will, happens today. As of right now, Utah and Sacramento are tied for the 4 spot. What does that mean? That means that really what you need to keep in mind is that if Sacramento loses the coin toss, that means their floor goes 1 pick lower. The worst they could do would be 1 pick lower. I do not believe it's televised. I do believe usually it's sometime midday our time, afternoon Eastern time. We'll just see an announcement from NBA Communications as to what happened. I will try to find out before the end of the show if we can get an exact time, if that's info we can even get. Because I know we're all sickos, and I know we'd like to know. I personally would like to actually see that. I would like to watch that. And why the NBA wouldn't televise that, I do not know. Back to the playoffs. Friday, your final 2 play-ins. We'll talk about the Warriors at length a little bit later. But the Magic not only beat the Hornets, they beat the Hornets by 31. Here's the other thing I want to be accountable for. I said very clearly, not a fan of the Magic. Not a fan of their setup. I think they have a very good-looking starting five. But I also believe they are, for an NBA team, kind of term limited. They're not going to get past, their ceiling might be Eastern Conference Finals, but I really think their ceiling is Eastern Conference semis. Well, the Magic obviously heard me say that, and they responded with a massive win over the Hornets. And then we'll talk about this coming up in the third hour. They pulled the surprise of the weekend and went into Detroit, which last time I checked was the number 1 seed, and they're now down 0-1 from home. We'll have highlights from that at some point. Chris, do you have access to highlights on your computer even? You do? Okay. So coming up next, grab me a couple, would you, or just have a couple ready to go. We'll go through the Cavs, Raptors, Knicks, Hawks. Also, I should probably go through Lakers, Rockets, Nuggets, Wolves as well. Give me a couple from each of those if you would, or one or more, as we drive towards 7 a.m. and 3 for Madness. Jason shot, what was it, a 39, I think, on the back on the second 9 at Bandon Dunes yesterday in day 1 of the Jason Ross Golf Extravaganza. That's a nice way to start. So we hope he's relaxing and not thinking about the show in any way, shape, or form. While we're thinking about Hoblet, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland, and all the money that you can save simply by getting a new truck. You can save up to $12,000 off MSRP on the brand new Ram 25 and 3500s. But did you know qualifying work trucks might be 100% deductible under something called Section 179? Of course, ask your financial advisor or accountant, but that could be thousands more in savings that you've had like never before. And nearly 500 Rams always available, including those hard-to-find heavy duties. Your next Ram is waiting at Hoblet. Do you know Hoblet is a 5th-generation dealer? 5th generation. I didn't even know they had cars that went back that far. Why? Great customer service, great customer experience, and they've got a ton of awards to prove it. How many times have I told you guys over the years about the J.D. Power Customer Service Excellent Awards they get? You're not going to find a better selection of new Rams. You're not going to find better savings. You're not going to find better service than at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. We'll take a break. We'll run through the playoffs. Coming up next.
The Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, athletics, and Republic FC with the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SactownSports.com to join.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. When a person is seriously injured, there's no substitute for the personal legal relationship offered by the local NorCal firm of Ashton & Price. From the first attorney meeting, every important decision is made with a direct consultation with, and I can't believe I have to say this, a real, live, experienced, flesh and blood local attorney. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton & Price, serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries with no fee until we win. For the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Spring is here, and warmer days are right around the corner. Before the heat hits, call Brower Mechanical. Right now, when you purchase a new high-efficiency AC system, you can choose a water heater or a whole house fan for just $1. Or get your AC professionally tuned up for just $89. Don't wait until your system breaks down during the heat. Brower Mechanical, where quality meets comfort. 916-352-3113. Residential and commercial HVAC sales and service. License number 1081055.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
On Sactown Sports.
Smart gets it inside to James, pulling away on the baseline. Shot is good. They've hit 6 of their first 7.
Thank you, Chris, for setting all this up. Of course, it's defaulting to the regular media player, so forgive the pause between when I click.
Kennard again. Bang! Luke Kennard from downtown. Some Kennard chaos here in game 1. It's a 15-point lead.
And finally in the fourth.
Good call denial from Thompson. Kennard eventually gets it back, fires up a 3. Pokes it in. Luke Kennard nails it. Largest lead of the game.
Yeah, all right, final call.
And again, the Rockets will not foul. Kennard with 27 points. Some strong defense. And the Lakers take game 1 on their home floor. Rockets certainly hope that Kevin Durant will return for game 2.
Yeah, you heard that. That's, hey, can I say that's enough Laker highlights for the day? No Kevin Durant. Wait for it. Dave loves LA. Dave loves it. Knew it was coming. No Kevin Durant. And it showed. Rockets may be encouraged. I don't know if you can be encouraged after a 9-point opening series game loss. But with no Kevin Durant, they lost by 9. And maybe it was a little less close than that towards the end. But you kind of get the feeling with Kevin Durant, they probably win that game. LeBron James leading the way. No Austin Reeves. No Luka Doncic. But LeBron goes for 19 points, 13 assists, 8 boards, 2 steals, and a block in 38 minutes. By the way, leading the way, I should say, to be fair, Luke Kennard, 27 points, 5 of 5 from beyond the arc. And can I give a little bit of a shout-out, even though he's a Laker? How about this? The reports of the demise of DeAndre Ayton may have been overblown. 19 points, 11 boards, and a block in 35 minutes. Okay, didn't expect that. Lakers take a 1-0 lead. Elsewhere in the West, the Denver Nuggets and Aaron Gordon.
Jokic bounce pass to Murray in the paint. Spin move on McDaniels. Runner no good. Dogged! Hard! Looked like an alley-oop. Unintentional by Aaron Gordon. Nuggets lead it by 14.
For those of you who don't know, Aaron Gordon is not just a defensive specialist / scorer with the Nuggets. Once upon a time, he's a really good dunker. He and Zach LaVine in the dunk probably the 2 best dunk contests maybe we've ever seen. Jordan Wilkins there too, a couple others, but Aaron Gordon's got hops.
Rebound comes down to Denver, and now Denver can play more clock. Down low is Gordon. Dunk! 2 hands! That puts the Nuggets up by 7 with 1:45 to go.
And they would keep that lead.
Wait for the horn, people. There she blows. Denver wins game number 1, round number 1. Final tonight from Denver. Nuggets 116. Dogs 105.
Oh, the dog. Ooh, wow. Little play-by-play smack talk. The Dogs. Anthony Edwards with 22 points, all 5 starters in double figures. Rudy Gobert with a double-double, 17 and 10. Would this be an off game for Nikola Jokic in 40 minutes, which, by the way, that is a game high. Remember how he's the fat, cushy one that's out of shape? Yeah, game high 40 minutes. 25 points, 13 boards, 11 assists, and 5 turnovers. Why does that feel like an off game for him? I don't know. Probably because he should be the MVP and he won't get it. Nuggets take a 1-0 lead. The Knicks 113, Hawks 102. They go up 1-0 in a series that I think should be fine. We'll see. Very interesting. The Hawks are one of those teams I'm very interested in watching as they rebuild. Looking at it through the lens of a Kings fan and hoping we could do something like that. And the Raptors had nothing for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let me see. Checking the box score here. It doesn't matter yet because we're not in an elimination game. Let's see how our guy did. James Harden, 22 points, 10 assists, 4 turnovers, and a couple of steals on 8 of 18 shooting. That's about right. Donovan Mitchell leading the way for Cleveland.
Mitchell against Ingram. Mitchell left wing, unloads a 3. Bullseye! Donovan Mitchell stepped left and hit nothing but net.
Here's your final call.
And the Cavaliers can run out the clock. Ellis ahead to Craig Porter Jr. He'll continue the dribble in front of the scorer's table and wind this thing all the way down. Game 1 goes to the Cavaliers as here at Rocket Arena. They control the Toronto Raptors and knock off Toronto 126-113. Buzzer sounds. Cavs win.
Absolutely zero surprises on the opening Saturday of the actual playoffs. Every home team won. I believe every home team covered the spread as well. Every single home team won. By the way, that also continued on Sunday, with the exception of Orlando and Detroit. Every home team won. I don't know what that tells you, other than we're off to the races. We're going to talk about the Warriors in 3 for Madness. But on Friday, they went home after losing to the Suns. And, where do they go from here, I think, is what's on everyone's mind. After the game, this caught my eye. Draymond Green had comments on the LaMelo Ball incident with Bam Adebayo. And it perked my ears up. I think it will perk yours too.
I think I can speak to this as good or better than anyone because I am actually someone that my ankle got grabbed and I stumped on the chest. And when the guy grabbed my ankle, there was no fines. There was no suspension to him. There was always suspension to me. But I said, so him grabbing my ankle means nothing? He can just cradle my ankle like this while I'm trying to run? And what I said back then was, unfortunately, I have to get hurt for them to do something to him. And that's a shame.
That is Draymond Green comparing the LaMelo Ball Bam Adebayo play with his entanglement with Domantas Sabonis, which, as we all know, Draymond was the victim, as Sabonis' chest stomped on Draymond's foot. Speaking of LaMelo Ball, you may remember Bam Adebayo said he had not heard from Ball. Ball responded.
Explain my thoughts. I don't really got no thoughts right now. I'm kind of worried about this game today, but like I said, I try to apologize and everything. Just look out for Bam. The main thing is make sure he's okay, you know what I'm saying? We don't want nobody hurt in this league ever, so as long as he's good, that just helps my mind a little, you know what I'm saying?
I think he said yesterday that you haven't reached out to him just yet. Do you plan to reach out to him?
Yeah, whenever I see him, I try to talk to him. I mean, after the game, I try to talk to him. I was waiting by his locker and everything, or his locker room, and just talking to the security guard waiting for him. But he said he was in the shower and everything.
Why does that stop you? Would that be weird? It's one thing for an opposing player to walk into the opposing team locker room. Would that have been weird for LaMelo Ball to walk into the locker room and then go into the showers? Bam, hey, just want to say sorry. I mean, if I'm Bam, I appreciate that. He really, really wanted to apologize. You got to take Melo at his word. I don't think he's going to lie about that. So eventually they'll have a conversation, preferably, I guess, with Bam fully clothed. And they'll try to figure it out. Here's a fun fact for you as we go to break. I hope this isn't I always worry that I'm stealing your who's nots in the who's not, who's hot, who's not. Zion Williamson and Anthony Bennett have two things in common. Number one is easy. They're both number one picks. But did you know they're the only number one overall picks from 1973 to 2024? That's what, 41 years? No, wait, hold on. That's 51 years. They're the only number one picks from 73 to 2024 that have never played in a playoff game. Ew. And Chris wanted Zion Williamson on the Kings. We'll take a break when we come back. Hour one in the books. Don't forget, Chris Rose joins us at 7:28 to talk American Gladiators. I'm sure we'll fit in some other topics as well.
We'll also have Steele from American Gladiators.
Oh, we're doing a twofer?
Yeah.
What? Those are always, well, I hope they have, I'll talk to you during the break. Okay, so Chris Rose, is that S-T-E-A-L or S-T-E-E-L?
S-T-E-L-E.
Wait, hold on. S-T-E-E-L-E.
Yes.
Okay. Chris Rose and Steele. Are you sure it's Steele and not like Stele? Because I don't want to.
What else would it be?
Stele.
We've got Blaze, Fang, Stele.
Yeah, why not? It's like Sade. We'll take a break. 3 for Madness next.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Breaking news for your home. Wayday. Wayfair's big sale is almost here, and you can score the best deals in home. Like up to 80% off everything home. Yes, you heard that right. 80% off with free shipping on everything. Plus surprise flash deals all Wayday long. We're talking outdoor furniture and essentials, rugs, and more. All at Wayfair. And all up to 80% off during Wayday. Shop Wayfair's Wayday from April 25th through 27th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Progressive's accident response can detect and send help when you need it most after a major car accident. But other accidents, you're on your own. Like when you accidentally call your wife Mom. When you accidentally say Happy Holidays on someone's birthday. When you accidentally wave at someone you thought was waving at you. We can't help with those accidents, but Progressive's accident response provides peace of mind after major car accidents. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Limited availability in California. Driver is responsible for emergency and towing charges not covered by the policy.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration. the roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Contractors, remodelers, you now have a great supplier to assist you with your next project. Nova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento. They are Northern California's best kitchen and bathroom remodeling supply store. Nova has the latest cabinet styles, a great selection of countertops, flooring, bathroom fixtures, and more. Visit their website, InnovaCabinetStone.com. Take advantage of their grand opening special, a $750 in-store credit. Stop by today, Nova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. 3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Want to remind you, a little over 20 minutes, Chris Rose will join us, as well as Steele, one of the revamped American Gladiators. Chris will be doing a commentation, if you will. Premiered 3 days ago, according to this, on Prime Video. I was a big American Gladiators guy. I think we all were. A lot of us were.
I was a big Assault guy. Don't. Fan of the game, Assault.
Nope. Chris Verlog, big Assault guy. Oh, by the way, shout out to our computer during the break that decided to log out of everything.
Oh, it's on the back to the old.
Oh, okay. So I just got to get in everywhere.
Yeah, Matt decided, something's wrong. I'll just use my login, and I won't tell anybody about it.
And threw everything out. So yes, at the next break, if you wouldn't mind relogging into the chat line, I see you all in the YouTube chat, of which I will probably have to log in as well. Thank you for being with us. Jason Ross is up in Bandon Dunes, Oregon right now. Yes. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully that's not the sound of Jason up there. That would be him missing like a 5-foot birdie putt. Yeah. Throws a club. I've never seen. I would love to see Jason upset. I would actually get uncomfortable if Jason got upset on the golf course.
Gosh darn it to heck!
He just does the one-hand wave at the ball. People are asking me. They're asking that I say, when will the rain start today? You know, there's a 95% chance of rain today, everybody, but you wouldn't know it right now, as we check out your Sacramento weather. It's sunny. What?
I did not know that.
Why?
I have to do a training out at the transmitter site today.
Oh, what time?
From 2 to 5.
Oh, well, you know, first off, the good news is there's nothing that mixes better than water and electricity.
Yes.
Secondly, well, I can tell you this, according to the weather report I'm looking at, the rain does not start until around 7 p.m.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. It will start to get partly cloudy around 10, fully cloudy around noon, and then the rain's happening all night long. Tomorrow, it's supposed to rain most of the day. Wednesday, it's supposed to rain most of the day. And then what a beautiful week. While Jason's gone, Chris, we're looking at highs of 61, 66. Even this weekend, 67, 65. That's what why is it that May or April is better than March so far?
Way better.
Way better. 3 for Madness. Question 1.
What was the biggest surprise over the opening playoff weekend?
Well, if you're asking me personally, it was just how absolutely stoked my son was going to junior prom. I don't know that I've ever seen him that happy. He had his baby blue suit that we got him, went out with his friends, His mother and I were incredibly nervous. You know, he's going out. They're all driving. We did the whole talk with him about drinking and driving, and if someone's been drinking and doing whatever, and you can call us. And I even made sure that my Uber account was on his phone. And so we stayed up until about 11:30 following him. You know, we have his location. So, you know, okay, he's at the dance. What are you shaking your head for?
I don't like it.
You don't like that? It's not a live camera. I don't have audio.
But still,
it just shows.
Like, what if you saw him going someplace that you didn't know he was going, and just all of a sudden,
that would be a problem. You don't like that? You think that's surveillance, right?
Yes.
It is surveillance. Let me be really, really, really clear, because I just want to cut to the chase on this one. I pay an ungodly amount of money every month for our phone bill, which involves myself, my wife, my daughter, and my son all having phones and having those phones connected. My children know two things. Number one, they're my phones. They're just using them. Secondly, they have no expectation of privacy whatsoever on their phones. I've made that very clear to them. They have an opt-out. They don't have to have the phone, or they can go get a job and they can pay for their own phones. But when I'm paying for the phone, you don't get privacy, number one. Number two, your location's on at all times.
So you're not tracking him. You're just tracking your phone.
That's exactly right, Chris. You can look at it like that. I would encourage all parents, by the way, listen, I do believe there's a difference between, you know, if you're listening to the audio on your, I don't think that's possible, but, or if you're opening up the camera on your kid's phone, okay, that's a little weird. Again, I don't know if either of those are possible. A parent tracking their kids' whereabouts during a prom night, or they're out and about, if there's something wrong with that, I don't want to be right. Oh, hey, he's at the little, they're at the little restaurant they were going to. That's cool. Oh, okay, cool. They're at the prom. All right, awesome. We know where they are. Oh, he's on the way home. Cool. We know when he's on the way, and he's going to be safe. If something goes wrong. You know, what if he gets scooped up? What if the van pulls by with the candy and he goes, oh, I'd like a lollipop. Next thing you know, I know where he's at.
What if he saw his phone going down Dyer's Lane late at night?
What the hell is that? Is that a movie reference?
No, it's a street in Sacramento.
What's wrong?
It's supposed to be haunted.
Oh,
that was our big thing.
Oh, okay.
And I think maybe after prom we went to Dyer's Lane.
Dude, here's the other thing. After my junior prom, we got in my buddy Ben's car with our dates. His sister was mine, and then his girlfriend at the time was his. And one of them had gone out and bought a bottle of Southern Comfort. And he drove his car, of which he didn't have a license. And we went up. This was in Carmichael, where our prom was. We drove to El Dorado Hills because we thought we could find some sort of, like, we were looking for a lookout. What do they used to call it in the 50s? Like Makeout Point or something like that? Inspiration Point. Well, anyways, and then we proceeded to, drink underage in a car that we did not have a whatever for. Good news is we actually stayed there. And my kids are far better people than I was at that age, but yeah.
You also didn't have the television options that they have.
That's a great point right there. That's a great point right there. Question one, please. Back on track.
I already asked you that.
Oh, you did?
What was the biggest surprise of the...
You did, didn't you? Well, that's going to happen a lot this week. Orlando beating Detroit. I didn't think Orlando would beat Charlotte. And then not only did they absolutely hammer Charlotte, they go into number one Eastern Conference seed Detroit and win 112-101. They had an 8-point lead after the first. That was a 4-point lead at the half. It was a 7-point lead going into the fourth. And they end up beating Detroit by 11. This was I don't know if it was wire to wire, but quarter-wise, wire to wire. And you had all, not only did you have all 5 starters in double figures, but the lowest scorer of those starters, Jalen Suggs, at 16 points. Nobody had a crazy game. Ben Caro led him with 23, but it was really kind of an overall, all-around effort. By the way, Kate Cunningham had 39 points. Tobias Harris had 17. It's not like nobody did anything on Detroit. That would be a massive, massive upset. And we're way ahead of ourselves here, obviously. It's one game. I would still expect Detroit to win this series. But I don't know that too many people saw that coming. That was easily. In fact, I think not only is that the biggest surprise over the opening playoff weekend, that was about the only surprise over the opening playoff weekend. 1-800-920-1140. JR, good morning.
I'm tracking Jason right now.
Yeah, what's he doing?
You don't want to know.
No,
I got the phone on and the camera.
I wonder if he's even awake right now. It's 7:10.
No, you know he's not. He's got that big old head on that big pillow. just sleeping with big, what do you call those, sheep in his head.
Counting sheep?
Hey, he's counting sheep. He's more expensive. He counts lambs. He's much higher class than you and I.
I got you.
Hey, real quick with Chris, I get the vision of Doc going up for Back to the Future with the lightning rod, him in the middle of the rain trying to get it so it would
Honestly,
connect.
how great would that be if, like, I'm not rooting for Chris to die, but, like, if some sort of
just kidding.
rain or electricity happened and it did kind of shock him and he comes in tomorrow, his hair is just spiked. He doesn't think there's anything different about him, but he's, like, super personable. He's acting. How was your evening?
He changes into. You're saying he changes into a completely different person?
Totally different person. Big United fan. Decides to give up that Manchester City crap.
Yeah, for sure. You see, Byron and they were looking good yesterday morning. That was a good game to watch.
Yeah, did you actually watch it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I watch. I'm a big fan of them. I love the camera angles they have there. Oh, by the way. Your marketing stuff with your soccer, one of the greatest things they do there, they walk out with the kids with their hands.
Yeah, they call them the mascots.
I love that. That is I know soccer's been doing that for years. You talk about getting the youth to couple, a sport going into the future. Baseball should maybe take a friggin' page from that, right?
Listen, I was just having this conversation yesterday with Melissa. Say what you want about American versus European sports, and there's plenty that I would do our way. One thing they have down pat, and it's not just what you're talking about. Is every day, what JR's talking about, every match, before the match, you'll see 11 players, on each side, the starters, and they'll come out with 11 kids on each side. They call those kids the mascots. They get to walk out holding hands with the players, stand for, the anthem and all the pageantry, and then they go off the field and go sit with their families. And the amount of people that remember, that are grown men and women, that remember doing that when they were 8, 9, 10 years old. There's, number one, there's zero reason why the NBA, we'll just pick on the NBA, couldn't do that. Imagine every player when they're lined up for the national anthem having their hands on the shoulders of a kid in front of them while they all do the national anthem thing, shake hands, walk off, parents get to get a picture. It costs nothing to do that. That's number one. The other thing that I really love that they do over there, and the NBA should absolutely do it, is when a player comes off the pitch, whether it's for being subbed or at the end of the match, they go over to wherever their fans are. At home, they go all around the stadium, and if they're on the road, they go to the section where their fans are, and they clap them. They clap at them. To a person, they acknowledge the traveling or home crowd. Thank you for your support. Even if it's a terrible loss and they go over to the visiting fans of their own, the visiting fans will sit there and chant at them fun things like, I can't say most of them on the air, but they'll chant fun things at them like, you're not fit to wear the shirt. You're not fit to wear the shirt. Basically saying, you suck, get off of our team. But the players still go over there and take the abuse. I don't know why when Luke is probably a bad example. He probably does it. But when
he's a big boy.
When Anthony Edwards, I don't know, just gets subbed out with a minute left, they're winning by 20. As he's jogging back to the bench, just a little acknowledgement of the crowd. I think that's a great thing.
It is. They do have that down. That's probably why it's the most popular sport in the world. But you know what? I loved your idea about the baby racist. You got to find the right.
Nope. baby races. JR is referencing a story I told a couple years ago when I first started working with the English soccer club I work with. And I was in a meeting, a creative, if you'd call it, with the game day team talking about different new things we could do, what works in America, what's popular. And I named off a couple of things, and one of the things I said was one thing that's really big over there that people love are baby races. And you know, it's a halftime thing. You can do it, no problem. You just have to find the babies. To which somebody in the back raised their hand and asked in the most sheepish, meekest, British way possible, "Oh, excuse me, Dave. Did you say baby racists?" And it was a very, serious meeting. Not serious, but, we weren't cracking up and stuff. We were talking about stuff for the following year. And I might have lost it because the person was so, legitimately asking. They thought that my big American idea to institute over there at halftime was to go out and find a gaggle of babies that happened to be racist babies. I don't even know what the event would be, nor do I want to.
You put them on blast. Hey, everyone in town. These babies are racist.
Just a bunch of racist babies at midfield. Yes, being roundly booed, I would imagine. There's still time to change your ways, racist baby. Yeah, that's a big audience participation thing we have going on in American sports, guys. At halftime in the NBA, we gather a group of baby racists and their parents.
Boo!
Needless to say, funny enough, we have not done baby races yet over there. They do something that the thing they love over there. Are you familiar, Chris, with dizzy penalties?
Yes.
Yes. So it's the old thing where you take the baseball bat or whatever, and you put it on your forehead, and then you touch the ground with the other end of the bat, and then you spin around about 20 times. And then they have the soccer ball right where you take a penalty, and as soon as you're done spinning on the bat, you know the thing, you spin on the bat, and then you stand up and you're dizzy. You can't, you're falling all over the place. And then somebody has to attempt immediately kicking the ball into the net. And generally 8 out of 10 times, it results in the person whiffing completely and falling on their face, which is quite funny. Question 2, please.
Question 2.
Baby racists.
Chris.
Yes?
WrestleMania was yesterday and Saturday.
That's right. I'm supposed to ask the question. I wrote it. I'm supposed to ask the question. I literally wrote Chris. Well done. Chris, WrestleMania was yesterday. Did you watch?
It was yesterday and Saturday.
Was it really?
Yeah.
It was 2 days?
It's been 2 days for a few years now.
Really?
Yeah.
I honest to God, didn't know this.
And...
Is there a day that's better? Is there, what I'm saying is traditionally, is Saturday like the opening and then Sundays where all the big matches are? Or do they spread it out?
They spread it out.
Okay.
But Saturday, people were not happy.
Why?
They were furious.
Was it because they were at WrestleMania on a Saturday?
Well, here's the thing, too. This is the first WrestleMania I haven't watched in decades.
Okay, let's explore this for a second. Because I'm not again, don't want to yuck the yum. I used to make fun of people that were grown adults and watched wrestling. Then I grew up and I said, you know what? It's not harming anybody. Have fun. If that's what you're into, get into it. How can I sit here and judge a wrestling person? Step into a Slim Jim. Or is it snap into a Slim Jim?
Snap into a Slim Jim.
Really? I guess why would you step into a Slim Jim? Oh, God. All these years
You thought
I did.
Macho Man Randy Savage was saying, step into a Slim Jim.
Okay, listen. When you say it out loud like that, I admit it makes zero sense. I don't know how old those Slim Jim commercials are, but Randy's no longer with us. They've got to be at least, 25 years old?
Yes.
This is for the last quarter century. Not only have I thought, but I'm pretty sure I've probably said a few times, step into a Slim Jim.
Quarter century would be 2001. So I'm guessing more of 30 to 35 years for you.
When did the Macho Man Slim Jim commercials? It's going to be like 99 or something. 90-something. 92? Jesus. Yeah, snap into a Slim Jim. Okay, here's my question. On the chat line, or 916-339-1140 on the text line. Did anyone else? I understand that I'm stupid for thinking it, so you don't have to drag me. Am I the only one that thought step into a Slim Jim? Please tell me that's a thing where a lot of people are finding out today that I understand. How would you step into a Slim Jim? It makes no sense. It's not a transporter or a vehicle. But then again, why would you snap into a Slim? What is the point of that? What does it mean to snap into a Slim Jim? Because the Slim Jim snaps?
Yeah.
It kind of doesn't. It kind of mushes and then tears. I guess why didn't he say tear into a Slim Jim? Anyways. All right, so why didn't you watch WrestleMania?
Well, one thing, it's on ESPN Unlimited, I believe. And I have YouTube TV, and if you know about that, they still don't have everything working for you to use ESPN Unlimited with YouTube TV. So if I wanted to watch it, I was going to have to pay $40 for the ESPN Unlimited app.
What does that get you other than WrestleMania? Does it get you other things too?
I think there's other. I think that's where the it's where other sports are big, but that's a big one.
Okay, is that $40 a month?
$40 a month. So, but on top of that, from my understanding, there were a ton of commercials during WrestleMania.
I read about this, yes.
And this was something I read. 83 minutes and 24 seconds of wrestling for WrestleMania on Saturday. So it's like, okay, that's a lot. But that's a 240-minute show. So 34% of WrestleMania was actually wrestling.
Okay, so this is obviously pay-per-views used to be, it was all the fight or the match or the thing. And then they start, okay, now we're going to sneak in a couple promos in. And then there was a lot more. And now, if you watch the UFCs, I guess, aren't pay-per-view anymore. But if you watch a UFC pay-per-view, you're watching 4 movie trailers. Then there's should it be a federal law that pay-per-views are not allowed to have commercials?
See, but technically it's
not a pay-per-view anymore. Wow. Okay.
And people weren't a lot of the matches were 10 minutes, 8 minutes, 7 minutes. So a lot of people just feel like they didn't get their money's worth, especially if you went out to Las Vegas and you're spending money for the flight. Hotels aren't cheap out there. You get your tickets, which is hundreds of dollars, and you're watching commercials.
Yeah, we'll see if they say anything about that. Obviously, they made a ton of cash.
After the show, they had this pay-per-view type of thing, or this post-game type of thing.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of people saying F TKO.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Chris Rose and Steele, both from American Gladiators, will join us. And then we'll get back to the not only the playoffs, but also NFL draft fireworks. Remember, the draft is this week. And there's already been some big moves, one in particular, over the weekend. We'll talk about that, but visit with Chris Rose next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tee at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is, live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
Welcome back. Chris Rose and Steele from American Gladiators will join us momentarily. Yeah, Jason, good job going on vacation. Good luck. We're going to talk about the Warriors and where they go from here. And also NBA awards finalists announced. We got a lot of playoffs to get to, and I'm sure we'll fit something in Kings-wise at some point between now and 10 a.m. By the way, I put a poll out, Chris. As of right now, 75% of people polled never thought he said step into a Slim Jim. But what that tells me is that 25% did, including, thank you, Matt Buller, who said, to this day, that's what I thought it was. Okay, thank God it wasn't just me. Step into a Slim Jim. Snap into a Slim Jim. That's going to mess with me all day long. That'll mess with me for like 3 minutes. And then it'll come back to me later today. Some of these gladiator names, you're going to remember. Blaze, Neon. Who did I say my guy was? Nitro.
Nitro.
I do not see a Nitro. I wonder if Nitro is like retired. I don't mean the person. I mean, like, you can't use the name. Voltage, Crush, Ace, Striker. A lot of these sound like pilot names. The Bull, Mayhem, not the Allstate guy. Eagle, Supernova. Steel, who we'll be talking to shortly with Chris Rose. Lightning, Hurricane, Empire. Okay, if somebody's name is Empire, I think they have to be massive, like huge, like 6'7", 320, all muscle. Fang.
Big fan of Fang.
and the Huntress. That's a lot. And the idea, if you're not familiar with American Gladiators, if you weren't around, and shame on you. Oh, by the way, original music from Jelly Roll. If you're not familiar, American Gladiators is basically like normal people, and by normal, I mean in really good shape normal people, okay? And they compete against basically, I mean, when they say American Gladiators, it's kind of like gladiators. Like, you got your stable of gladiators, and then Chris and I show up. Pretend Chris and I are in great shape. And if it's like the old one, we're all wearing like spandex, and then you roll in as a normal person, again, normal but in great shape, and you try to do all kinds of different things against this stable of gladiators. There might be one where you're on the ones I remember, like you're on a platform. They're knocking you off with a thunder stick. Well, you can check it out on Prime Video right now. Debuted Friday. And I'm like legitimately excited. Not only because I was an American Gladiators fan, but also I'm a big Chris Rose fan. As he and Steele join us right now on the program. Gentlemen, good morning. I know it's a busy morning for you. Thanks for taking the time. How are you?
Good morning. Yeah, you're breaking up Steele's flexing routine right now as we speak. It's that could be a real trouble spot on a Monday morning.
How do you feel, Chris, personally? I mean, you're in decent shape, but there's decent shape, good shape, American Gladiator shape. Do you feel like, do you try to stand up a little straighter, suck it in a little bit, or is there a chance maybe this is contagious and we see just a beefcake of a Chris Rose in a year?
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal for the next season. Steele, are you ready for our daily flex off? You ready?
To be honest with you guys, I'm just glad he was ready to step in for any and all gladiators
right here,
just in case we needed him. Look at them guns. Look. At
it's so bad that I've got like a forest growing on my tricep back here. This is horrible. What do you use to remove that stuff, Steele? Is there a trick?
Funny enough, nobody here. That's
too much.
Wow.
That's way too much.
No. I'm saying I don't grow anybody here.
That's it.
There's no upkeep. No.
Interview's over.
That's not what I'm thinking.
Interview's over.
7:30 a.m. Welcome in. 916-339-1140. Do you have body hair or none? Like Steele is.
That's what I said. I'm Steele.
Wow. Look at golly, man. That in itself is a reason to watch Prime Video, American Gladiators, whether hairy or hairless. I went through, gentlemen, the basics of American Gladiators. Anybody of a certain age or above remembers American Gladiators. I watched the reboot of American Gladiators back, I want to say in like 07, 08. That did not have Chris Rose. That did not have Steele. It does now. Chris, how excited are you? And how much, honestly, how you've done everything, dude. And I mean that. I am a huge fan of yours. You're tremendous at your craft, and your craft is all over the place. You've done baseball, you've done football, you've done, I think you worked with Kenny Florian, wasn't it? BattleBots, was it? Am I getting that right? Yeah, like I am seriously a huge fan of yours, and I love that you do a number of different things. When they came to you for this, how excited were you?
I literally dropped everything.
Mm-hmm.
They said the producer wants to talk to you this afternoon. I think I canceled like a dentist appointment, which is really not that hard for me to do. Sure. I mean, really, who wants to go to the dentist? But when American Gladiators calls, then you actually get a really smile going at their thing. And I loved it. I wasn't a kid when it first came out in 1989. I was a little bit older, so I really kind of enjoyed it throughout my college years and my early years in the TV business. And we all have some sort of moment that resonated with us. We all had some sort of event that we all loved, and we pay our respects throughout these seasons to kind of the OG version, right? There is still Hang Tough. There's still The Wall. There's still Powerball, which is even more brutal and physical than ever. But now we've got some new events out there. My favorite one is The Edge, where the gladiators are trying to deny the contestants points, but it's 100 feet in the air. And if they fall, they end up in a circus net. Like there were times there were brutal hits, like Division I type college football tackles where people were flying through the air. I was like, I don't think they're going to land in the circus net. I'm praying. I'm not so sure I want to look down and see what the end result is, but it's phenomenal. It's a ton of fun. We still have the eliminator, which has been the order of it's been changed up. So it really changes the dynamic of how these events finish up. But I love every bit of it. And I kind of get to be the Gus Johnson of this thing. I scream at the top of my lungs for anything, anywhere from like 30 seconds to a minute to several minutes like the eliminator takes. It's great.
Nice pull, the legendary Gus Johnson. Chris Rose joining us. Want to remind you, American Gladiators Prime Video, first 3 episodes last Friday, next 3 episodes this coming Friday, final 4 episodes, May 1st. Steele, you've done a few things yourself. Many will know you from your wrestling background, amongst other things. Obviously, as you showed us with your hairless flex, you're in quite the shape, my friend. But is there a different training regimen? Is there a different way of prepping for what you're doing here as opposed to some of the athletic endeavors you've done in the past?
They tried to switch Steele's actual physical training to more grip strength and agility, foot drills. Absolutely. We had our own trainer. I stuck to that probably every 3rd workout. I'm going to be honest. But if it's not broke, don't fix it. This body got me to the show, and we kept training the exact same way that I always have. And I have to say, I think I nailed it. Knocked it out of the park, as far as I'm concerned. The bigger and better than ever before. We're undeniable over here, Steele, this guy. Absolutely. The strength did go up. The grip strength did go up. The grip strength did go up.
So far, we've covered body hair and grip strength, and I like where this is going as Chris Rose and Steele join us talking about American Gladiators. I want to ask a follow-up to that because, it's kind of like, I'm not trying to compare the American Gladiators to animals, but come with me here. When I go and I watch the PBR, the bull riding, some people will root for the riders, some people will root for the bulls, and I feel like there's a common line of demarcation there. There are some people, I was a gladiator guy. I root for the gladiators. I don't know why, other than I just like seeing fairly normal people just get smashed by people with tons of athletic prowess and strength. But some people are going to root, of course, for the contestants. The competitive nature, Steele, that you have, like no one wants to get beat by some dude or some lady walking in off the street. So how, it's not just the physical aspect, but how much does this get your competitive juices flowing?
Absolutely. The contenders, when they're not like the contenders of the past. I want to make that crystal clear. So they have some stacked on muscle. Granted, Janet from The Office showcases an exorbitant amount of physical abilities. But myself as a gladiator I'd probably get shunned at Thanksgiving if I lost to any contestants. And I don't want that for me. I don't want that for my parents. I don't want that for my kids, because it would be very shameful. The competitive nature is also we wanted to showcase almost an Olympic-esque amount of sportsmanship. Did I take my shirt off a couple times in victory? Watch the highlights. There's a reason we're obviously constantly going up in the Prime Video rankings for the ratings in not only number 10, then number 8, and now we're 6 because everybody's talking about it. So when Steele takes his shirt off, I think the ratings go up. But also just my face.
That leads us.
I wouldn't want to lose.
That leads us to the final question then, Chris. Because I mean, look, I'm not trying to say nothing, but I'm looking for Chris Rose to take his shirt off at some point. And who really isn't? Last thing for you, buddy. Could this thing? Let's say this thing just explodes, and I hope it does. And there's many seasons of this. Could we ever have a spinoff that's media related, where media members, Chris, are the gladiators and participate? How would that go? And would you have fun commentating on that?
That would go terribly wrong. Terribly wrong.
That's it.
I mean, there are media members who really feel like they are in great shape.
Yeah.
Our gladiators would put them to such shame. For goodness sakes, if there were any, I've never seen people consume protein the way that these people do.
Yeah.
If there was a cow in the neighborhood, those things were running and heading to their vacation homes because they knew that they were on an endangered species list. These people, they would go lift cars in between filming sessions just to get a simple lift in. Let's go pump a little bit of that blood in that bicep, if you don't mind. Oh, I saw a car right around the corner. No problem. No, the media thing would not work well. These are gladiators. They're highly trained athletes. Look at this guy. And for God's sake, I will say this. Media members, way too hairy to be gladiators.
Shots at Jim Nance, Mike Tirico, and the rest of us, but I'll take it. Listen, you can see actual real athletes. 3 episodes just out Friday. 3 more this Friday. And then the remainder on May 1st. As I said, Chris, I'm a huge fan of yours. Always have been. Congratulations, Steele.
Appreciate it.
That's amazing. Good stuff, and good luck to you. Hopefully we can update and get you back for season 2 after the explosive success of season 1 on Amazon Prime. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
All right. See you guys. That's Chris Rose. And you never know when you're doing these what you call junket interviews. And just Chris and Steele are going to be with a bunch of radio stations today and probably TV stations doing this stuff. They're promoting the gig they're doing. You don't know where these are going to go because you don't know. I think I may have talked to Chris back in the early 2000s. I've never talked to Steele, number one. Number two, it's a duo interview, and those can always go one way or the other. You can have one guy that's on it, the other guy just isn't really there. It's early morning, regardless of the coast, so they may not be awake. And then on top of that, you're promoting stuff, but you don't want to just sit here and do an infomercial. You want to actually – I did not expect it to basically begin with the fact that Steele is unable to grow body hair. But you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. And now I'm going to watch American Gladiator, Prime Video. We'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to get to more NBA playoffs. Want to remind you the draft tiebreaker with Utah, if you will, is going to be sometime midday. I imagine Matt and Kayla will have the results, but I am trying to find out the actual time. When we come back, let's talk NFL draft a little bit, though, as there was a big deal over the weekend. A couple other things to look at as well. We'll do that next.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for the Declaration of Deals sales event?
There's no better time to upgrade to a new 2026 Ram 1500 Crew Cab with some of the best fuel economy numbers in the segment. Right now, you can save up to $15,000 off MSRP and get 2.9% APR with no payments for 90 days.
Wow, that's like savings on savings on savings.
The price of gas has people rethinking what they're driving, and Ram's up to 25 MPG is a win. Plus, thousands in savings with 2.9% interest. Now really is the best time to buy a new Ram truck.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. 15,000 total net savings includes dealer discount and factory rebates. Discounts may include 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance on eligible trade, 1,000 Hoblet business owner bonus with proof of ownership, and 500 on-the-job upfit with eligible upfit. 2.9% financing for 72 months through Stellantis for well-qualified buyers. $15.15 per thousand borrowed. Deferred payments available on approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase. Cannot be combined with certain incentives. Excludes Ram 1500 ROH and tungsten models. 25 MPG based on EPA published rating. See dealer for details.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With a Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Progressive knows you could have easily taken the freeway, but you took the scenic route to see a waterfall and an oddly busy boiled peanut stand. Discovering the unexpected is exactly why you bought an RV, so protect it with a bundle from Progressive. Because although you may be 3 hours behind schedule, you're 6 jars of jam richer and possibly enrolled in a butter churning workshop. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Chris mentioned earlier Dyer Lane, which was I guess, a local haunted street.
That's the rumor.
So I'm now looking at the text. Growing up in Rio Linda, we all went out to Dyer's and speeding down the road with the headlights off.
Yes.
Well, that's not great. What if it was haunted? Wouldn't you want the lights on? Also, if there's enough cars speeding down a lane with the headlights off, eventually it will get haunted.
It wasn't a very well-traveled road.
We had somebody's driveway. It was a very long driveway on the street I grew up on, Old Vernon Way in Carmichael. And for years, we would not go down that street ever, but least of all Halloween. And then when I was, I think, 13, me and I think it was Kevin Lyman, Brian Belcastro, and somebody else, maybe Justin Moore, junior high school buddies. We finally got the nerve to go down, and it was a long, maybe like a quarter mile, and these, I don't know what you call them, oak trees that would kind of spiral over, making it like this, look like the entrance to hell. It is a true story. We get to the end, and we knock on the door, the light's on, and this is pitch black. It's incredibly scary for anyone, much less kids. And we knock on the door, and this is like out of a Disney movie, man. Door opens. It's this lady in long, straight black hair. Like the type of hair a witch would have, perhaps. She's in a wheelchair, and she opens the door, and she proceeds to tell us it's the first trick-or-treater she's had in over 10 years. And we all start talking about how scary the road is. But she had every year prepped for trick-or-treaters just in case. It was about 9 p.m. It was getting towards the end. And she grabs her basket of all 5 different kinds of king-size candy bars. And I don't know why I remember this so well. Full boxes of Junior Mints. And she goes, it's like, it was like the little kid version of Braving the Quest. And then at the end of the quest, you're rewarded with the treasure from the wizard. We got to pick one of each. So
I know you like Harry Potter.
We got a thing of Junior Mints, king size Three Musketeers, Snickers, Milky Way, and maybe a Hershey or a Crackle. I don't know. By the way, does Crackle Bar exist outside of miniatures? Has anyone ever seen, I've seen a full Mr. Good bar. Has anyone seen a full Crackle outside of the bag of miniatures? I have not, and I love Crackle. But
isn't that the same as a Crunch Bar?
I think it's basically like a cousin of the I imagine Nestle Crunch is the Nestle version and Crackle is the Hershey version. But the fact that we braved the haunted road and were rewarded with 5 king-size pieces of candy, guess who went there every single year? The thing that sucked is I was near the end of my Halloweening career. I think I stopped at 15 or 16. Had I done that when I was 7, Dork because I stopped or dork because I went that long?
You went that long.
Well, what's the stop it? What's this? Do we have an established stoppage point?
You shouldn't be able to drive and trick or treat.
Okay, so you're saying 16's the cutoff?
I would say 14 would be the cutoff.
You can't drive at 14.
You can drive at 15.
Yeah, it's with your permit. That doesn't count. (916-339-1140). I don't understand any part of this text, but from the 408, FTKO indeed. I didn't watch Manny for the same reasons as Chris. I tried dabbling in the VPN method for Netflix International, which I got to work on my phone only on Saturday, but by Sunday, I guess Netflix caught on. What does any of that mean?
Mania?
Okay.
And then he tried to use a VPN to not use ESPN.
Okay. All right. Okay. Dexter Lawrence was traded from the, or to the Bengals, I should say, excuse me, from the New York Football Giants. That's a blockbuster. First off, he gets a 1-year, $28 million extension. If you don't know Dexter Lawrence, he is 28 years old. Defensive tackle. He's very, very good. Also, plays just about every single game. But you guys will have to be the judge. $28 million a year, and the Giants get the number 10 pick in the draft. With that extension now, he's under contract with Cincinnati for the next 3 seasons. The Giants now have the rights to the number 5 and number 10 picks in the first round. Lawrence was a Pro Bowler 22, 23, 24, second team All-Pro in 22, 23. This is the first time the Bengals have traded a top 10 pick for a player in the common draft era. They're trying to strengthen their lines. I get that. They've made some good moves, including Jonathan Allen from the Vikings. I do, however, wonder what Joe Burrow thinks of this. Because, yeah, you got to have a good defense, but I think Joe would like a little bit of help next to Jamar Chase. It would also be nice if Joe could stay healthy. Will Anderson. It's getting paid time, baby. Will Anderson reaches a 3-year, $150 million extension with the Texans. 134 of that is guaranteed. That passes Micah Parsons' deal after he went to Green Bay from Dallas. The Texans exercised the 27 fifth-year option, and then they give him an extension, a $50 million a year extension. Second in Defensive Player of the Year, voting behind Myles Garrett. And that Texans defense was fantastic. It was really fantastic against Pro Bowl or Pro Bowl caliber quarterbacks. Here's a great stat. Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Sam Darnold were forced into a combined 8 turnovers. And Anderson there, 4 sacks, 6 tackles for a loss, and a forced fumble, which he recovered in the end zone for a touchdown against the Seahawks. So obviously the Texans trying to maintain that phenomenal defense. Trent Williams early this morning. We didn't break the news, but we read it when it broke. Almost as good. It's the semi-annual what's happening with Trent Williams. Will he retire? Is he going to hold out? Is this? Yeah, honestly, the biggest surprise here with Trent Williams might be that this news didn't come at the end of training camp after he's, had a sit-in / holdout and missed all but the last week. He is now signed and ready to go. So it'll be actually very interesting. He's 37, isn't he? 37, 38, 37 years old. He'll be 38 in July. Is 38-year-old Trent Williams, who is now signed and dealt with way before training camp, hell, before OTAs, before the draft, is Trent Williams actually going to participate in a full summer camp and a full fall training camp, early fall, late summer? 2 years, $50 million, $37 million fully guaranteed, a $22 million signing bonus. One thing his agency pointed out, which in fact they broke the news, he becomes the first non-quarterback to surpass $400 million in career earnings. I don't think he's going to get to $500 million. $400 million, of which $225 was guaranteed. Wow. For the Niners, great move. Last thing you want to do is have that be an issue. There have been thoughts that they might address that in the draft and look ahead to a life without Trent Williams. Now with him being around for at least 2 more years. And really without, I would say without signs of slowing down when he's on the field. That's the key. That's the key. When he's on the field. Because Trent Williams, remember, played in 16 games last year, 10 the year before, 15, 14, 15, 14, going all the way back to when he was with the Commanders. For a guy who's 36, 37, and now 38 years old, or soon to be, I understand he missed 7 games in 2024. But Trent always seems to be a guy that you hear about early on. He's got some, Trent Williams' ankle fell off in game 3. He's considered day-to-day, and then he plays every game. Also, following this as well is Jacoby Brissett is apparently holding out in Arizona. When asked about Jacoby Brissett's holdout in Arizona, their general manager said, who? Look out, Jacoby Brissett's holding out. Bro, no disrespect, but I can't really say what I want to say without sounding disrespectful. That surprised me when I heard that. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get back to the Western Conference playoffs as well, see if we can sneak in some Eastern Conference highlights as well. Also, where do the Warriors go from here? We'll also get to the NBA award finalists coming up at 8:28. Halfway through the program next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55, but unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Hey, did you hear about that multi-billion-dollar Roundup settlement?
Yeah, it impacts people who are exposed to weed killers at work or at home, even if you just used it in your own yard. Lawsuits claim it causes non-Hodgkin lymphoma, a blood cancer.
But we're not sick, so that doesn't affect us.
But it does. This cancer can take 10 to 15 years to show up.
That's a long time after exposure.
It is, and that's why the settlement is paying claims for up to 21 years. If you get sick, even years from now, you could get $6,000 to $165,000 or more as part of the settlement.
So what's the catch?
If you stay in, you give up the right to sue them later.
Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 1-888-403-8201. If you or a loved one has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, even if they've passed, you must register for benefits. That's weedkillerclass.com. 1-888-403-8201. Paid for by the Roundup Settlement.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All right, a couple things here. Jason will be back next week. He's golfing. Kansas City has approved a $600 million public funding for a new downtown stadium for the Royals. The city council voted to advance the $1.9 billion ballpark project, putting the Royals in the strongest position yet to secure a final stadium deal. A couple of recommendations for you. I meant to say, and I forgot in the open because we got distracted, shockingly. Video games. I've been playing Hogwarts Legacy, finally. Love it. And then I got a game.
I know you like Harry Potter.
I do. I got a game over the weekend called Mouse PI for Hire. I know. I'm a grown man with children. It's like $30 in the store, which is cheap for a video game. It's basically a noir version. It looks Disney, but it's not. And it's a shooter. It's a quest for cheese. It's like old school, like one of those games. And you're just going around shooting mice with little pea guns. You're a mouse, little pea shooters. Very, very fun. Music I've been listening to. Somebody asked me that, which they didn't. But if I say they asked me, it gives me an excuse to say the new Mumford & Sons album. It's called Prize Fighter.
I pay my taxes.
Hold on a second. Mumford & Sons is old man music?
They've got to be like around 20 years old now.
Around what?
20. They're about 20 years.
Oh, you're talking about the band.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware that was old person music. They've been around since 2007, 19 years, D-bag. Marcus Mumford has undergone quite the glow-up, I must say. Hey, they're from London. You should automatically like them.
More of a northern guy.
Anyways, their first song on the list is with Chris Stapleton. Then they follow that up with I think the best song on the whole album is with your guy Hozier. They got all kinds of guest appearances. I'm telling you,
it's pronounced Hosier.
And there's a list now out of the best movie soundtracks of all time. Number 10, Pirates of the Caribbean. Number 9, Jaws. Number 8, Empire Strikes Back. Number 7, Curse of the Black Pearl, Pirates again. The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. That's the one that goes, I think. Okay. Gladiator, Titanic, Dark Knight, number 3, Star Wars, the original, number 2, and Matt will be happy about this, The Lord of the Rings, number 1. Hi, Footloose, Dirty Dancing, Top Gun, Really? Scott Perry has his Monday motivation out. We ready for that?
Any way you want it, that's the way you need it.
Thank you. When you know in your heart that a course of action is the correct one to take, don't waste time worrying about what others may think. Most bold endeavors will be met with opposition from those that do not understand and are quick to condemn actions of others. Trust your training and instincts and confidently move forward. I always like reading the comments, too. The very first comment. People are just mean, dude.
When are you getting rid of Levine?
No, honestly, you're on the right track, but the first comment from, and this is actually shocking. The guy's screen name is Maxwell Hawk 76, and there's no picture. When you rushed to overpay Dennis Schroeder and then had to include Keon to get off that contract, was that one of those bold endeavors? Anyone who criticized that just didn't understand, I guess. Social media is so bad, dude. It's just so bad. It's so good in some ways. You get to see clips of all kinds of stuff. There's some great posts out there, some great videos, memes, all that. I'm here for all that, and I'm here for the discussion. Unfortunately, the downside, and I put a lot of thought into this over the years, it just gives a platform for crappy people. And I'm not talking about free speech. Everybody should be able to free speech whatever. But it's just you have crappy, depressed, angry, lame people that used to be like confined to their crappy world and their crappy house with their crappy life. But when you go on social media, you're a magnet for the other crappy people. And now all of a sudden it's a crappy contingent of just angry. Like you could post a picture of your daughter singing a lullaby to her stuffed animal. Somebody be like, well, yeah. Stuffed animals is another way for the patriarchy to encourage killing of animals, and you're teaching that to your child now. She's probably going to be a sheep murderer when she grows. What? Also, I've noticed that most of Scott's Monday motivations, like there's a theme to them there's a theme to them throughout the season. 80% of them are basically like, I know what I have to do. I just don't want to. I know what I got to do. And a lot of you are going to make fun of it, but I don't care. I got to do it. So I'm not listening to a bunch of you, dingleberries. Just do the thing. Beam Team on the chat says, people quite literally need to go outside. I couldn't agree with you more. From the
But all my stuff's inside.
From the 916, did you talk about the Padres being sold for nearly $4 billion? Yeah, we talked about that on Friday, actually. The Padres were sold for nearly $4 billion. By the way, the Blazers were recently sold, and
they do not like their new owner.
Like what? I just don't get it, man. You spend. How much were the Blazers sold for? Oh, about $4 billion.
Which, it's scary to say, seems low.
It is low.
It's really because of their arena, too.
Right now is a terrible time to sell a team. We've talked about this. You've got the TV deals kicking in bigger than ever before. You're about to get a ton of money off of expansion. I think you're going to get a whole flux of teams being sold here in the next few years because people want to cash out. What a weird time to sell. So Tom Dundon's group, Tom Dundon of the Salem Dundons, sold for $4 billion. When was this? This was, this was, a month ago. March 30th, not even a month ago, was approved. So what has Tom Dundon done so far? It's the honeymoon period. He just bought the team. By the way, if you want to know his background, he's chairman and managing partner of the Dundon Capital Partners, the chairman of pickleball.com, and owns the Carolina Hurricanes and the Portland Trail Blazers. He's closely associated with the collapse of the Alliance of American Football in 2019 after announcing a commitment of up to $250 million. And then, pulled out when he realized he would have been better off setting his money on fire. In the night, hey, Chris, this will surprise you now as we dive into Tom Dundon's background. He began his career working in financing at used car dealerships. In the 90s, he co-founded the subprime lender Drive Financial Services, which offered high-interest loans to people with higher credit risks. He then bought the Trailblazers from the estate of Paul Allen. Now, just so you understand, Paul Allen is beloved in Portland/Seattle. He passed away not that long ago. The estate then worked to sell the team. I think Paul passed away he passed away 8 years ago now. My goodness, at 65. He's a Microsoft co-founder, but not the personality of Steve Ballmer, let's put it that way. More of a reserved guy. Beloved in that area. This guy...
can anyone picture what Paul Allen looks like?
Exactly. Although there is the play-by-play guy for the Vikings also named Paul Allen. Different guy.
This is for the Super Bowl!
So, this dude buys the Blazers. And in less than a month has managed to piss off all the fans. They get to their first... Think about this. He buys the team. They're an up-and-coming rebuilding squad that is now in the playoffs for the first time since COVID. And already he's done two things. Three things, actually. Number one, he is not providing for when they play game 3 at home, no shirts. Now, traditionally, at your opening home game of your playoff run, however long or short that may be, there will be playoff-themed shirts on all of the seats that become collector's items.
Spurs did a great job with that.
They did one of the greatest jobs of all time with that. If you saw, we're going to talk about this later, if you saw what the Spurs court and arena looked like yesterday, it was just like, as my wife said, it's like all my favorite colors together. It just looked, the atmosphere was insane. So, no shirts. They actually announced this. No shirts.
Hey, just heads up, guy. If you're thinking about coming here for a free shirt, try someplace else.
No shirts. Secondly,
but they must be saving money to put into the team.
That's exactly right, Chris. What they're saving there, remember, by the way, and I'll be honest, I was watching the Spurs Blazers last night, and I turned to my wife and I said, you know what I just remembered? Chauncey Billups left the Blazers 3 games into the season for the whole gambling probe. How about the job by Tiago Splitter? Keeping that team together through all that, going through a shift on the fly and guiding them to their first playoff appearance in 6 years. He should get some Coach of the Year votes. So the first question is, why would you in that situation even be looking for a new head coach when I think Tiago Splitter has probably earned another year, if not longer? But according to reports, The Blazers are. And not only are they looking for that, they're willing to pay somewhere between $1 and $1.5 million a year for a coach. Now, that's a lot of money for you. That's a lot of money for me. What's important to understand is with the idea that they would go no higher than $1.5 million, $1 to $1.5 million is actually the average price range for the league's top assistant coaches. Assistant coaches. Chris Mannix of Sports Illustrated revealed that team staffers spent much of one Tuesday afternoon with their bags in the lobby of the team's Phoenix hotel in an effort to avoid paying for a late checkout. Also, they're two-way players, many of which have played and been a part of this playoff run. They're the only one of the 7 road teams in the league that left their two-way players at home. Caleb Love, Chris Youngblood, and Jason Kent. Now, they're not eligible to play, but the idea is they're on the bench. They're there for chemistry, and it's huge experience for them. With one Portland writer saying it was particularly insulting in the case of leaving Caleb Love back, whose scoring outbursts helped win the Blazers several games in December and January when they were decimated by backcourt injuries. Former King Sidi Sissoko is part of that. Now look, far be it from me to look at a guy who's rich enough to buy multiple sports teams and say you're doing it wrong. But you're doing it wrong. Especially in a place like Portland. Those places have they have a special place in my heart. I was watching highlights from the Buffalo Sabres comeback win over the Boston Bruins in Game 1 of their Stanley Cup matchup. And the way that place just went absolutely berserk when that goal went. It was, I think, about 3 minutes left. Buffalo, OKC, San Antonio, Portland, a handful of others. Those are my people, and what I mean, and those are your people, and what I mean by that is, rivalries and all that aside, it's the smaller markets. A place like Portland is very similar to Sacramento, very similar in the sense that you've got one. I know we have the Athletics visiting, but you have one big major league game in town. That is a Blazers city. It's not the same as your bigger markets when you have 7-8 teams to choose from. That is a Blazers city.
Well, it's a lot like us because they've got the Timbers as well, which they go crazy for.
Well, absolutely. It's probably the most similar market to us in the country. And you've got this new owner coming in, especially filling the shoes of Paul Allen. I do not understand that from a business sense, because when you look at how much would those shirts cost? I don't know what the capacity is in the Moda Center, but let's say it's 18,000. Probably at a bulk rate, $4 to $5 a shirt at cost. Here's what I do know: it's under $100. It would cost them, I'm sure, under $100,000 to outfit the entire arena with shirts. Under $100,000 for an NBA team is silly. I also know that they have a team plane. So you're talking hotel and food per diem. It's also well under 100. In fact, I would imagine it's probably well under 20,000 to travel your 3 two-way players. So he saved around $100,000 combined in those two moves, the late checkouts included, 3 moves. And now reports out that your new coach off of your rebuild, your first year in the league, if you even do replace Thiago Splitter, and the coach that you're going to hire, you want to be by far, I think Doug Christie, I don't know this, but rumor was when he signed, he was the lowest paid head coach in the league. This guy would make less.
Fun fact about Doug Christie.
Yeah.
He's the 23rd longest tenured NBA coach.
Atta baby. Like, what are we doing next? Is this a real life major league? Are they going to be flying commercial? Are they going to be, are we going, the Players Association, I was going to say, they're going Motel 6. Players Association prevents that from happening. And yes, I understand there's a lot of people listening right now that we all have our normal jobs and our normal paychecks. And, poor NBA guy might have to stay in a 4-star instead of a 5-star hotel. Oh, no. But that's the market. That's the value. That's the world they live in. That makes a difference when it comes to trades and free agents and all kinds of things. And by the way, the PR this guy is getting, or should I say the negative PR this guy is bringing in, and this is the honeymoon phase. This is the beginning.
The idea of buying a playoff team is crazy to begin with, especially a hardcore fan base like Portland, and then just crapping all over it.
Literally. You haven't owned the team for a month. And just to recap, no playoff shirts for fans, which is standard in the league, and these guys haven't made the playoffs in 6 years, but no shirts, and you announce it.
Yeah, the small thing too, like what they bump up for ticket prices for the playoffs, you're not going to be able to pay for shirts.
What are we doing? What are they doing? And then you don't bring your two-way players. You basically leak out that if you do get a new coach, which by the way you shouldn't, it should be Splitter, but if you do get a new coach, that you're going to pay the cheapest amount in the NBA. Like you've come out with basically 3 cost-cutting moves from the jump. I don't get it, dude. I don't get what the hell he's thinking. I don't know what business thing that does. Generally, when new owners come in, they splash cash. They splash it. It's just a bad look for the NBA, too. You just approved this guy? You had a line of people wanting to buy the Blazers. A line of people. I think one of them is actually, by the way, I could be totally wrong here, and I apologize. I'm just assuming because the Batal family owns the WNBA team, or soon-to-be WNBA team up there. They also own the Thorns, I think, the NWSL. I would be shocked if the Batal family, who are currently high up on the Kings ownership chain, weren't a part of that bidding. They'd be excellent NBA owners. And you went with this dude? And one of your jewels of a small market with a city that has a love affair forever with that team? I get it. I understand he's rich. He's rich for a reason, but my goodness. If you have that kind of money, and let me see what his net worth, if they even have his, I don't have his net worth.
I believe I saw $2.3 billion.
Okay. You're worried about a couple $100,000? Well, it all adds up.
This seems like a cash grab.
You're not in that. You cannot run a professional sports team like you do a regular business on the outside, dude. These teams are made to break even. If you're breaking even year on year, much less making money in Major League Sports, good for you. Your job is to basically break even, and you make your money when you either sell the team or you borrow against your ever-growing equity. If you're running your team like an actual real-life business, you're already getting it wrong.
Yeah, how many businesses have guaranteed billions of dollars coming in no matter what?
They don't. Or very few non-governmental ones. I feel bad for Blazer fans, I do. We'll take a break. When we come back, we've got some award finalists announced for you. We'll go through those as well. We've still got playoffs to get to as well. We've got more sound and fun stuff. Final hour of the program, we'll go around the diamond at 9 a.m., including the A's. We're getting some help elsewhere, but come on, dude. And then, of course, we'll end up with celebrity birthdays and crosstalk with Matt and Kayla. All that coming up in the next hour and a half on Sactown Sports.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Touchdown, 49ers! Every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
There are many reasons to choose Gonzalez Law Offices as a dedicated trial lawyer with an undefeated record from 2016 through 2019, and you'll know that no case is too big or too small. Due to his success, hard work, and commitment to excellence, attorney Jonathan Gonzalez has been listed in Super Lawyers Rising Stars, as well as in the top 40 under 40 list by national trial lawyers. You can find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call him at 916-304-9187.
Buying golf gear is easy. Buying the right golf gear, well, that's different. At Hagen Oaks, they don't just sell equipment, they fit your entire game. With TrackMan technology in the Player Performance Studio, your clubs are matched to your swing. Ping's Ballnamic Fitting helps you find the golf ball that performs best for you. Hagen Oaks Putter Fitting Studio dials in your stroke, and FootJoy's 3D foot scanner finds correct shoe size for your feet. It's a smarter way to play better golf. Total Game Fitting at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
Spring is here, and warmer days are right around the corner. Before the heat hits, call Brower Mechanical. Right now, when you purchase a new high-efficiency AC system, you can choose a water heater or a whole house fan for just $1, or get your AC professionally tuned up for just $89. Don't wait until your system breaks down during the heat. Brower Mechanical, where quality meets comfort. 916-352-3113. Residential and commercial HVAC sales and service. License number 1081055.
You ever notice how the other guys scream about massive discounts on their Dodge, Chrysler, or Jeep Ram vehicles? Then you get to the fine print and boom, another $5,200 in mandatory ads. At Hoblet, we don't insult your intelligence. The price you see is the price you pay. No mystery add-ons, no bait and switch, no gotcha when you sit down to buy. Hoblet, family owned for 77 years. Transparency, straightforward pricing. Buy it right, buy it at Hoblet.
Contractors, remodelers, you now have a great supplier to assist you with your next project. Anova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento. They are Northern California's best kitchen and bathroom remodeling supply store. Anova has the latest cabinet styles, a great selection of countertops, flooring, bathroom fixtures, and more. Visit their website, InnovaCabinetStone.com. Take advantage of their grand opening special, a $750 in-store credit. Stop by today, Innova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento.
Skeeter here, Field Tech, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District. Hey, it's my favorite week of the year, Mosquito Awareness Week. Yep, the spring and warm weather means the little suckers are starting to breed and bite. Gotcha. So it's time to fight the bite. Once a week, drain standing water from flower pots, bird baths, dog dishes, and at dawn and dusk, start using insect repellent outside and wear long clothes, because these skeeters are out for blood.
The Sacramento Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you it's time to fight the bite. For more information, go to fightthebite.net.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
All right, want to thank the NBA. Just got a message from them. Nice of them. That was a pretty decent turnaround. I have some specifics on today's Kings Jazz. We'll call it a coin toss, if you will. Lottery ball coin toss, whatever. It will happen at noon our time. It will not be shown live, but and I'll read this directly. I'll give them the respect of that since they reached out. not live today, but will be recorded and shared within the next hour or so over social medias and NBA channels. So I expect we will find out. We're going to find out no matter what around 1, 2 p.m. our time. But I assure you, I'll see if we can't sneak a early result. And if we do, you'll have it right here on Sactown Sports. Either way, Matt and Kayla will have the news for you.
So since they're recording it, we might as well record our response to it.
Oh, okay. So are we start? So it could be go one of either way, right?
Yeah.
All right. So which one do you want to go with first?
Let's start with they lose the coin toss.
All right. So the Kings lost the coin toss to the Jazz. Oh, come on, man. Like, can we ever get lucky?
Ever.
Now you know we're going to lose this whole freaking thing. We're going to drop to whatever the hell the bottom is. God hates Sacramento. All right. Got it. Yep. All right. Okay. And then this next one is if they win it?
Yes.
All right. In 3, 2, 1.
Woo! That's the start, baby!
Oh, God. This is the spot that fell the most last year.
This is what we wanted, Dave.
It's not. We get one piece of luck per draft, and this is what we wasted it on. We get one piece of luck. One. And, we moved ahead of the Jazz. Great. Well, that means that our lowest pick just went up one, and I guarantee you we're going to fall the most. God hates Sacramento, dude. And cut. You can clip those up for Matt and Kayla and Alan Whitey if you'd like. Don't you worry. I will find a way. No matter what happens, I assure you, like much of the rest of the city, I will find the downside. As I've said before, and I'll say it again, since we have a couple of minutes, and then we'll move on to the finalists here. You see the people that go around. Anthony Robbins is the worst of them. Talking about frame of mind. Optimism. And I have told you for years and years and years, and some of you have listened finally, and you're better for it. There is no logic in optimism. Pessimism is the way to go. What does optimism do? You believe the good things. Hey, we're going to win that coin toss, and then we're going to win the lottery. Let's take a look. Take a legal pad and draw a line right down the middle, Kings fans. Here's the optimistic side. You think the best thing's going to happen. You hope good things are going to happen. One of two things happens. One, yeah, right, but let's just explore it. The good thing happens. Hey, you see, I kept that mindset. The good thing happened, and that's what I was setting myself up for. So when you're an optimist, the best thing that can happen is that your expectations were met. Now, of course, what usually happens is the bad thing happens. And now all your optimism and all your hopes and dreams that you had looking towards the good side, now you're crushed. You put them up on a pedestal, and the higher the pedestal, the further the fall, and you splat on the ground. That's optimism. Pessimism? Bad outlook. You know what? We're getting screwed again. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Whatever happens in the draft, in this coin flip, worst possible thing's going to happen. Even if we win, we're going to end up looking back, and the spot that the Jazz are in, now that's going to be the number one pick. Or you move up in the draft. Let's say you get the number 2 or number 1 pick. Great. We're going to make the wrong pick. Remember when we had the number 2 pick before? How'd that work out, Marvin Bagley? And guess what? As long as you just continue to believe that bad things are going to happen and you stay pessimistic, the worst case scenario is that your expectations were met, same as optimism, but you're prepared for it. You're prepared for it. Best case scenario, oh my God, it worked out. I wasn't expecting that. See, the thing is, kids, you don't need to prepare yourself for good things to happen. Nobody has ever in the history of the world went, you know what, that was an amazing thing that just happened. I wasn't ready for it, so it sucks. No, you just, boom, you're happier. You're happier. You're even happier than if you'd have been an optimist. You're protecting yourself by being pessimistic. It's a better, more successful way of thinking. And you're going to get people like, oh, optimist. Okay, fine. You can be optimist all you want. That's why you get crushed all the time. Optimists are suckers. Just saying, I'm just telling you right now. You're suckers. Get on the pessimist train.
Hoo-hoo.
Like Droopy. Toot, toot.
I don't think I can.
Now you're getting it. There's no point. Think positive. I don't think I will. Thank you very much. I don't think I'll think positive at all. I would like for us to start saying things to each other like, hey, think negative. Hey, what's the worst that can happen? Embrace it. You want to test this theory? I'm just going to speak to the husbands out there because I am one. And this goes for boyfriends as well. I can't speak for the fair sex because I don't understand things. I only understand them from my perspective. Next time, check it out. Next time you have good news, what would be good news? Oh, okay, I got it. Chris, you're my wife. And
set the screen.
Boy, is this a visual I've had many times. And I come home to you, and there's two ways I can go about it. Hey, sweetheart, got some bad news. It's been a long career at Sactown Sports, but today, of course, this is not how I talk to my wife. They fired me today. What? They fired you? Why? Yeah. Well, what are we going to do?
Something about being too pessimistic.
Be like, I don't know. What are we going to do? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay. Well, as long as we love each other, we can overcome anything. It's totally a thing she'd say, by the way. Not really. So I come home. I tell my wife I got fired. I let it sit for a little bit. And then I go, oh, by the way, one more thing. What's that? Just kidding. Not only did I not get fired, I got a raise. What? I got a raise, sweetheart. They gave me the biggest raise I've ever had. Are you joking? No, I'm serious. That's option one. Option two is I just go home and tell her I got a raise. Option one is always the way to go. It's one of my favorite things to do. If I have good news, I precede it with fake bad news. And then I come over the top with a just kidding. Why am I doing that? Because I take them emotionally all the way down into sad place. And then, boom, I surprise them and hit them with the emotional equivalent of that hidden Christmas present that you don't see until that evening when you're all done with Christmas dinner. Oh, what's that behind the tree? Oh, is that a Red Ryder BB gun? Wow. So much better than if you'd have gotten that with all your other presents in the morning. Just saying. Charlie Brown was a winner. Or it's been 40 plus years of me being mentally beaten down as a Kings fan that has just transformed itself into some sort of unique mental illness that I have. But I'm riding with it, dude. I'm going to go on tour. I'm going to write books. And I'm going to do tours, much like Anthony, not Bourdain, not Rendon. What was his name? Tony Robbins.
Not a good guy. Allegedly.
We have our finalists for the awards. What does that mean? Now they do this thing where they break it down to the top three. Everyone else is eliminated. In no particular order. Actually, I think it is in a particular order. I think it's alphabetical. Yes, it is. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, last year's MVP. Nikola Jokic, multi-time MVP. And the new kid on the block, Victor Wembanyama. Those are your 3 MVP finalists. Rookie of the Year, VJ Edgecombe, Cooper Flagg, Con Knipples. Those are your top 3. Defensive Player of the Year, Chet Holmgren, Osar Thompson, Victor Wembanyama. Most Improved, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Denny Avdia, Jalen Duren. By the way, that's gonna be a really tough one. All 3 of those guys absolutely deserve it. All 3 of them. You can make a case. I don't think Nickeil Alexander-Walker will win it because so much of his improvement also comes with his defense, and it's not as flashy. Avdia will probably win that. And by the way, deservedly so, but I would absolutely be comfortable, more than comfortable, with any of those 3 guys winning it. 6th Man of the Year, Tim Hardaway Jr., Jaime Jaquez Jr., and Keldon Johnson. Clutch Player, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jamal Murray, Anthony Edwards. Weirdly enough, Anthony Edwards is, if you're asking, well, why is Anthony Edwards eligible for this when he was denied MVP or any of that other stuff because of the 65-game rule? Because it's the other coaches and players, I believe, that nominate him. It's a different nomination thing for that award. Coach of the Year, J.B. Bickerstaff of Detroit, Mitch Johnson of the Spurs, Joe Mazzulla of the Celtics. It's so interesting when you look at that, too. J.B. Bickerstaff a couple of years ago was a terrible coach, and nobody wanted him, and he was on the verge of getting fired because he was the coach of a crappy Pistons team. Mitch Johnson was like the guy nobody knew replacing Greg Popovich on an interim basis. And then Joe Mazzulla is, again, the guy that, okay, how long is he going to last taking over for Ime Udoka, who took over for Brad Stevens, who suddenly announced he was going to the front office. That whole Celtics coaching tree lately has been pretty amazing when you think about it. And by the way, that's another example. Bickerstaff, Johnson, Mazzulla, I don't know who the hell you pick. I don't know who the hell you pick out of those 3. We'll take a break. When we come back, final segment of this hour, what's hot, what's not. We'll go streaking, and we'll get to maybe some playoff highlights finally as well. We'll do all that next.
Visit SactownSports.com and join the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
In conversation with Dr. Bob Jones IV, I asked him what the most significant contribution his grandfather Bobby Jones had made to the world of golf. Jones IV replied that there's no part of the game as we know it today that was not in some way influenced by Bobby Jones, and called him the most singularly important individual to have played the game. Why do we have 4 major championships? Because Bobby Jones won 4. When the professionals wanted to add a 4th professional major, they chose the Masters, a tournament founded by Bobby Jones on the course Jones built at the club he co-founded. Jones IV says the USGA's highest honor is the Bob Jones Award for Sportsmanship. Bobby Jones changed equipment, he changed golf writing, he created golf instructional videos in 1932 that are still state-of-the-art today, and he did all this without forgetting the average golfer. No part of the game has not had the mark of Bobby Jones, says his grandson Bob Jones IV, and no argument here. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Is the crew on their way so we can fire up the grill?
Cabrito, arrachera. They're gonna love it.
Better go with birria and carne en su jugo. Classic Jalisco dishes with tradition.
That seasoning is great, but northern Mexican-style meat speaks for itself. Let's make both.
Deal. And to boost the flavor, ice-cold Pepsi. Its sweetness pairs perfectly.
And to go with it, flour tortillas.
And corn ones too. Hey, carne asada deserves Pepsi.
The next 30 seconds could save you hundreds on your car insurance. At The Hartford, we're passionate about your protection. If you're 50 or over, AARP Auto Insurance from The Hartford gives you benefits that really matter. And you could save $597 when you switch. How's that for a little peace of mind? Visit trusthartford.com today. The Hartford, your protection is our passion. The Hartford Insurance Group, Inc. pays royalty fees to AARP for the use of its intellectual property. AARP and its affiliates are not insurers. Savings vary.
It's deck days at Lowe's, and the savings are stacked.
Right now, pros get 15% off all in-stock composite decking from top brands like Trex, TimberTech, and Decorators. Plus, get a free DeWalt 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery when you buy a select DeWalt tool. The deck's stacked in your favor with brands pros trust. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
No, really, who's hot?
Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum.
Of the Boston Celtics. Celtics beat the 76ers in the first game of their playoff series, 123-91. Jason Tatum scored 25 points in that win. Does that sound familiar? 25 points for Jason Tatum?
You know it does, Chris, but I just can't place where.
That's because Tatum has averaged at least 25 points per game in each of the past 6 postseasons. Only 5 players in NBA history have done so in at least 7 straight postseasons.
That's pretty good.
Want to take a guess at who those might be?
The other 25, wait.
5.
5 people have done what?
Averaged 25 points or more in 7 straight postseasons.
LeBron James.
1.
Michael Jordan.
2.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Nope.
Really? Kevin Durant?
No.
7 straight postseasons. I'll say Larry Bird.
No.
Yeah. And it's not Bill Russell.
You hate this person.
Oh, God. Empty calorie Harden?
Yep.
Steph Curry?
Nope. The next 2 are retired.
Dirk Nowitzki?
I believe both of them are Hall of Famers.
Okay. Dwayne Wade?
Nope.
Give me a decade-ish. Am I looking at 60s? Am I looking at 90s, 2000s?
90s and 2000s, and the other one would be, I believe, the 70s.
It's not going to be Kareem. It's not going to be, I don't think, no. Pistol Pete didn't play 7. Yeah.
This guy was very cold.
Oh, George the Iceman Gervin. Thank you. Well done. And 90s Barkley? No.
Nope. You did not like this guy in the 2000s.
I did not like this guy in the 2000s. Kobe Bryant. Shaquille O'Neal.
There you go.
Okay. Got them all. First try.
Didn't take long either.
No, it didn't. Who's not?
Go from one Boston team to the other. The Boston Bruins.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They are the first team in NHL postseason history to lose in regulation after leading by 2 or more goals with 8 minutes or fewer remaining in regulation.
Yeah, but that was a nice. The crowd went crazy. The crowd went absolutely nuts in Buffalo, and I say, you know what? Screw Boston. Good for them. Unfortunately, I would like to add another who's not. Huddersfield Town Association Football Club. When it comes to extra time. I'll take you back to April 11th. Huddersfield Town was up 3-2 after scoring the winner, they thought, in the 6th minute of injury time. Wickham equalized in the 11th minute of injury time, making it a draw instead of a win. That's 2 points they would have lost. 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw. The following week, they played the other team that will automatically be promoted, Cardiff City. And they scored their goal, Huddersfield did, to take the lead the 27th minute. The captain, Ryan Ledson, big goal. Cardiff equalized in the 5th minute of injury time. That's a draw. That's 4 minutes lost in stoppage time. Well, let's go to last weekend. Bolton, the number 3 team in the league. Favorites to go up out of the playoffs. On the road, Bolton takes a 1-0 lead, Chris. They take that lead into the half, and then 10 minutes after the half, 7 minutes in the second half, David Kasumu ties it up for Huddersfield Town, 1-1. 3 minutes later, a penalty on Bolton, resulting in a Marcus Harness goal, 2-1. By the way, Bolton gets a red card. Huddersfield's up 11 men to 10, and they now have a 2-1 lead. David Kasumu adds to that in the 66th minute. Huddersfield Town goes up 3-1. Little bit of scariness in the 77th minute. Bolton gets a goal back. It's 3-2. And then all Huddersfield Town fans, including myself, watching the match that started at 4:30 in the morning, watched as 8 minutes were added on in injury time, with Huddersfield clinging to a 1-goal lead and a 1-man advantage.
Oh, man. So they scored in the 98th minute?
8 minutes came, 8 minutes left. It was still Huddersfield up 3-2.
And they won because 8 minutes of extra time.
That's right. But wait, the ref thought, let's go to 9 minutes of extra time.
And then after that,
he said, you know what? Let's go to 10 minutes of extra time.
Well, 10 minutes, it's got to be done.
No problems, right? Let's keep it going. We'll add on another minute of extra time for no known reason whatsoever. And in the 11th minute of 8 scheduled injury time minutes, Bolton equalizes. If you're doing the math, and I don't think you are, and I don't care if you don't care about soccer, because I do, so back off. In the last 3 weeks, in a row, Huddersfield Town has watched as they have dropped a combined 6 points in the tables from goals being scored in extra time. As if that wasn't bad enough, had they just simply held on for all 6 of those points, they would be in the 6th and final playoff spot, just 1 back of the 5th spot. As it stands right now with 2 matches left, they are 4 points back of the final playoff spot. And by the way, the team in the 6th spot has a game in hand. They are not mathematically eliminated, but they are all but eliminated. Dude, I thought being a Kings fan was sucked. I've never seen, you couldn't write this, dude. And I'm watching the match Saturday morning. It's like 7 a.m. now. I've been watching since 4:30, 6 a.m., whatever. And I'm just going, it's going to happen. It's going to blow the whistle. Do you know what it's like to be in your backyard at 6:30 in the morning while the neighbors are sleeping, screaming at the top of your lungs? Who is it? Florida? Blow the whistle? Or is that too short? Who the hell is that?
That's too short.
Thank you. Blow the blankety-blank whistle, ref. I hate the sport so much, dude. I do. I hate it so much.
That's interesting. I love it.
Well, yeah. How'd your team do over the weekend, Chris?
Hey, they won, and they are on a track to get into first place after Tuesday's game against Burnley.
How about that? Let's go streaking, please.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking! Who is the Nostradamus of MLB?
Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
We're streaking.
All right, Chris. How did we do?
Well, Dave, on Friday,
even,
you chose Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani.
Why did you pick Shohei Ohtani?
Well, Dave loves L.A. Dave loves it. Okay, I guess you can go with that.
So you currently were not on a hitting streak.
I was
You needed
not.
Shohei Ohtani to get a hit.
I did.
On Friday to get a streak going. Fortunately, he did not get a hit. He got 2 hits.
Hey, you got me. See, you did the pessimism thing. I feel better about it now than if you just come out and said he got a hit. You brought me all the way down, and then you picked me up.
Jason also loves the L.A. Do we have a center for that?
Dave loves L.A. Jason loves it. By the way, what was it you said earlier? Did you say, I love assault? What was the line? What did you say? You know what I'm talking about.
I am a huge fan of the event Assault.
Okay, but you said
in American Gladiators.
But did you say I'm a huge
And I said I'm an assault guy. I wish I would have just went with Powerball.
By the way, everyone noticed that's not going to be clipped up and played constantly like I love that.
I don't think it actually recorded.
I'm a huge assault guy.
Now that's getting cut.
All right. How did Jason, who loves L.A.
Jason is on a 1-game hitting streak, and he picked Freddie Freeman. Big day for the Dodgers because he went 2 for 4. So you both got 2 hits.
That's right. We did. We're hell of model Americans.
Great. Oh, so cool.
Yeah. It's cool.
Me, on the other hand, I also needed to get my streak started, and I went with show favorite Kevin McGonigal.
Just kind of a you favorite.
You gotta do this one for me, Billy McGarnacle.
And he did it for me, 1 for 4.
Oh, does he do it for you?
He does do it for me.
I'm
I'm an assault guy.
I'm a big assault guy. All right. Red Sox and Tigers already underway. I probably could have cheated there and taken.
Dang it.
Were you going to do?
That's 100% what I was going to do.
Son of a bee, dude. Kevin McGonigal has already led off with a hit. He is one of
I was going to go, I'm going to take Wilson Contreras.
I mean, honestly, Jason's not here. We could totally get away with it, but we're honest sort of people. So I will take Bobby Witt Jr.
Bobby Witt Jr. You know what? He broke both of our hearts the other day. I'm going to go back to him. Chandler Simpson.
You gonna see if you can get him out of his slide?
Yes.
All right. We're going to talk a little baseball when we get back, specifically about the A's over the weekend, what the Giants did, or more importantly, didn't do. A's, incidentally, start out a series up in Seattle versus the Mariners today. Mariners 10-13 overall, but 9.
Gross.
9-5 at home. So we'll look at that. Giants off today. We'll do that. We'll finally get to our NBA playoff highlights. We'll do that next.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
There are many reasons to choose Gonzalez Law Offices. As a dedicated trial lawyer with an undefeated record from 2016 through 2019, and you'll know that no case is too big or too small. Due to his success, hard work, and commitment to excellence, attorney Jonathan Gonzalez has been listed in Super Lawyers Rising Stars, as well as in the top 40 under 40 list by national trial lawyers. You can find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call him at 916-304-9187.
If your business depends on reliable vehicles, it's time to upgrade your fleet at myelkgrovechevrolet.com. We specialize in fleet pricing, bulk discounts, and fast approvals, so your team stays on the road and on the job. From work trucks and vans to fuel-efficient sedans and SUVs, we have the inventory, service, and financing to keep your business moving. Call or visit myelkgrovechevrolet.com today and ask about exclusive fleet savings. myelkgrovechevrolet.com, driving business forward.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Yep. Well, I'm back. Carmichael Dave, no Jason Ross. He is up at Bandon Dunes this
The game of golf.
I texted with him briefly.
More like abandon us.
Yeah, abandon Dunes. Thank you, Chris. That's well done. I texted with him briefly last night. He had quite the first day there, shot quite well for, our level of play, his level of play. I hope that continues.
If that was you, do you just come home after that?
Yep. But Chris, in reality, here's me. You plan a golf trip all year long. You're going up there with your buddies. You're so excited. Maybe you take a couple lessons in advance just to kind of get the game going. And then your final lesson is like, let's say you left on I don't know when you left. Let's say you left on Saturday. You take a lesson on Friday, and you're just killing it at the range, dude. You're like, listen, I'm going to show up. Some of my friends are going to be like, dude, what have you been doing, man? Who is this guy? You shoot the best round of your life. You go back to you're eating dinner afterwards. Everyone's telling stories about that drive you hit with the perfect draw and 14. Just women are coming up left and right asking you to dance, and you're like, I'm sorry, I'm married. It's just a dream come true. That's what
Does that usually happen on a golf course?
All the time. If you play well, all the time. And then I get up there, get to the first tee. I'm so excited. I literally look forward to this trip all year long. And I get on the first tee. Maybe a couple other guys hit first. And I promptly hit a ground ball to second base. And we're off. And now I'm a little upset, but I go, you know what? Calm down. First hit, no problem. And then I chunk my second shot. Then maybe I salvage the hole, get to the second tee, another terrible shot. Why is this happening? I was so good on the range. By hole 4, I'm now completely mentally in the tank. I'm wondering, why am I spending so much money doing this? Why do I spend so much money on this stupid game and work my ass off all year long, and then this one chance I get to get away on a vacation where I'm going to relax with my friends, and my blood pressure is 200 over 150. I've lost $70 in golf balls between the woods and the water over the last 3 holes. All I want to do is go home. I don't even like the people I'm here with in the first place. I hate my wife. I just want to go away. I want to grow a beard, move to a beach somewhere in the northern part of Oregon, and disappear from public view. That's me. Jason would just be like, well, we'll get him tomorrow. Hello, Mitch.
Good morning, Carmichael. How you doing?
Hey,
good afternoon. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. No, it's good morning.
Right.
It's 9 a.m.
Yeah, you're right. It's your time. I'm on your show.
It's my time.
All the way around.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. You don't mean that. You mean the opposite. But, say your A's. That division is not that strong. California, the Los Angeles Angels, I was about to say Anaheim, California Angels.
Yeah.
They're not ready yet. Texas is kind of downsizing. Maybe Sacramento, I wish they put on the front of the jersey. That'd be nice. It doesn't cost that much.
Would be nice.
Maybe they should go after Corey Seager, but you got one of the worst owners. Yeah, he should be kicked out. Yeah. Find something, plant a story. Just get him out, get some other owner there. Maybe, they're going to Vegas. There's no and ifs and buts about it. And my Dodgers only have like a half a game on San Diego. What is up with that, Sasaki? I mean, I want him to be starter, but he's not doing so good. And they're all getting a little old in that lineup. So, this year, next year, I know Tony, they want to rest him when he's pitching. He's only DHing. How much exertion do you do by DHing per game? It'd probably get a little boring.
How about those Mets losing 11 in a row?
Oh, go for a record. And they're spending money, you see. Oakland gets the best for the dollar. Mets, they added 4 hitters, including the next Oakland guy, Sin. I forgot his first name. But anyway, they can't. Yeah.
No, you're good. I'm listening. Oh, thank you.
I think.
Sorry, Mitch. That was all. That was a cluster at the end there. The Dodgers lead the league in payroll at $400 million. Dave loves L.A. Dave loves it. The Mets are at $375.7 million. This is just one of the many examples of you can't just throw money at the thing in sports and expect it to, do the thing. Now, I'm sure the Mets will probably be fine, but they have currently lost 11 in a row. After a 7-4 start, they are now 7-15. And I'll remind you that they acquired Bo Bichette in the offseason, amongst other people. Bo Bichette is currently batting .217 with a home run. Not the best of starts for a team that has Juan Soto, Francisco Lindor, Bo Bichette, Marcus Semien, and on and on and on. And I feel absolutely not bad at all about this. Not bad at all. I mean, not that I hate the Mets, just it's what I wish was happening to the Dodgers. Unfortunately, that's not the case. During the break, by the way, Chris, I do some work over across the pond for a soccer team. And I don't want to call. I got to be careful here because, people over there, believe it or not, listen. But somebody sent me footage. This is the type of stuff that I do that I actually enjoy as part of the job. Somebody sent me footage from the away match played at Bolton, and it was a guy with his best friend, a lady, and fans are going back and forth as they do, and somebody threw a bottle of water right into her face, cutting open her lip, and obviously causing a lot of pain. He says the police have dealt with it, and the man was arrested, and there you go. And this isn't me going at Bolton fans because every fan base has dumb people. And anyways, he sent me the video and said, hey, is there anything we can do for her? And of course, that's going to be the best part of my day is I'm going to call my friends over there and say, hey, what can we do to give her, there's one more home match left, get her a jersey, do something, whatever, make something, it's supposed to be fun. These people traveled to go see their team play. What I do not understand, and this doesn't just apply to English League football, we have it over here too, but man, it's a different world. I just want to remind everybody that over there, imagine if when the Warriors came to play the Kings, the Warriors had their separate entrance into Golden One Center with security lining that entrance. They get escorted into Golden One Center and they have their own concessions that are cut off from the rest of the stadium, rest of the arena. Then they are put in their section, cut off from all the rest of the sections with security lining the rows on both sides. That's what happens when you go watch a soccer match over in England and many other places. Why are they separated like that? Why isn't it just like over here where you have Laker fan and Warrior fan and Kings fan and Spurs fan all sitting together? It's pretty much because if you don't do that, they will all beat the hell out of each other. And I was watching, as a matter of fact, Chris, I was watching some post-game scenes from the Arsenal-Manchester City match over the weekend. And I was watching as security was lining a spot outside the Etihad Stadium where Manchester City plays. And there were a group of men gesticulating wildly to a group of other men, Arsenal and Manchester United fans. And you could tell exactly what they were trying to do. They were motioning over to a different place where they could all fight each other without security. These are not 18-year-olds, although I'm sure maybe there's one or two. Some of these men were older than we were. I don't understand that. And by the way, I guarantee you if I was saying this over there, they would call me a clueless Yank and say that I just don't understand. I don't understand the sport. And that's the one spot where I would actually agree with them. I don't get it. In what world does a sport, I don't care if it's soccer or football, I don't care if it's NFL football, baseball, basketball, I don't care. In what world do you get so fired up that the result of a sporting event makes you and your friends want to physically fight members of the opposing team's fan base? Like, at what point do you not look at yourself and go, I'm about to commit violence or be violenced because a bunch of dudes that we do not know, that we have probably never met, that do not know us, that get paid more than a week than we do in a year, made or did not make the shot, the throw, the goal, the whatever. I built my whole life around sports. I love sports. I hate Laker fan. I hate Warrior fan. I hate Cowboy fan. There's probably a few other fans sprinkled in there that I just hate. But it's sports hate. I don't want to go outside and pummel the dude into the ground who's wearing the Lakers jersey. I may have a quick flashing thought about it in my head, but that's as far as it goes. I don't want to commit violence against somebody that I don't know because they're loud and rooting for the team I don't root for. Is that where we are? Is that not being a sports fan? And I can't figure out if it's getting better or getting worse. And I understand that some people have been fans of their team since they were literally born, that their grandpas and great-grandpas or grandmas were fans of those teams too. But don't they ever look at themselves and go, I'm a grown man or woman. I have kids. And I'm going to fight over the final score of a match/game. I'm never going to understand that. I'm absolutely never going to understand that, nor am I ever going to understand why the Oakland Athletics don't exist anymore. And the current Athletics can lose 2 of 3 to the Chicago White Sox.
But now he was ready to swing, and he'd already seen it before.
Miguel Vargas sends one high and deep to left field. It is gone. A 2-run homer.
Man, he got all of that one. It's on the roof. The roof.
The roof is on fire. Yeah, the A's, after splitting with the Rangers, right there in first place, and thank goodness the AL West so far is not exactly a barn burner. Your top teams go as follows: 11-11. That's the Rangers and A's in a tie, followed by the Angels at 11-12. The Mariners, who the A's start a series with tonight at 10-13. And then the Astros at 8-15. There's, in fact, I believe that is, let me double check. Yep, that is the only division in baseball that does not have a single team currently over 500. As a matter of fact, the closest to that is the Guardians at 13-10 and in first place. So the A's had an opportunity, really honestly. I understand you can't sweep every team. You've got to take 2 or 3 from the White Sox, especially at home. Especially at home. So now they go and they play the Mariners, and they made their lives just a little more difficult. As we mentioned earlier with Mitch, the Mets lost their 11th straight. That's not good spending money. Second in the league in payroll. And the Giants did take 2 of 3 from Washington. Yet the Giants are still in last place, tied with the Rockies, by the way, at 9-13, just 6.5 back of the Dodgers and 6 back from the Padres. From the 916, how does all this happen? Alcohol. You're right. 90% of all the fighting would not happen. By the way, you also you can't drink in your seats over in Europe. You can for rugby for some reason. You can't for soccer. Yep, nope, that's true. You can't do it because then everybody basically.
Thanks, Margaret Thatcher.
The way it goes is everybody rides the train to the match, whether it's home or away, and gets housed on the train. Then they get to the match or a bar nearby, and they continue to get housed there. And then by the time the match starts,
they're away sanctioned bars.
Yes, there are where you know in advance that you can go into this bar and not have to worry about getting the crap kicked out of you.
Well, it's that, and like if I'm putting this into perspective, there's a bar right next to Doco, and that's known as the away bar.
Yeah.
To where that would be if you went in there before the Kings game,
yes,
wearing a Kings jersey,
yes,
they would tell you can't come in here. You have to go someplace
else.
You're
100% correct. That's how that is legitimate. Imagine that. That's legitimately how it is over there. Nope, you can't come in here to the bar that's right next to your arena in your town because this is the Laker fans bar tonight.
And then in a couple nights, it's going to be the Spurs bar.
Everybody is hammered. Well, I shouldn't say that. Not everybody. There's kids and families and stuff. Okay, the ones that drink generally are hammered by the time the match starts. They're singing and doing their thing the whole time. Great atmosphere. Then you have 20 minutes for halftime to make a beeline over to the concessions and double fist as much as you can during the break. And then you go right back. Second half, match ends. And now it's off to the train with your mates to get housed and get home for, Saturday dinner, which will generally consist of something that has bread and some form of grease to make you feel better the next morning. Am I intimating that much of the cuisine is designed around curing hangovers? A little bit, which makes sense. Speaking of the Spurs, by the way, for the one guy out there that always gets mad at me, we're gonna turn this into Spurs 1140 right now. Just an awesome scene in San Antonio when it comes to the atmosphere. Take notes, Portland. The shirts that were provided. And, of course, you had to have basketball as well. We'll get to that in a second. Let me get it. Ollie, good morning.
How you doing, Dave?
Good, brother. How are you?
Not bad. Too bad Jason's not here to hear this, but I know he's a big Sac Republic fan or whatever, but just called to let you know that I've called you short before, talked about the Buffalo Bills, a long-time fan of them. And then I just recently came back overseas. Visiting. I was not able to go to a baseball game in Japan, fortunately, but I was able to get over to Seoul, Korea. And last night, I told my wife and family, I was like, well, I'm done with taking pictures of the cherry blossom trees. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. So I actually went to a baseball game there against Busan Giants and the Twins, LG Twins. And I'm telling you, the crowd over there, every inning, electric. Unlike any baseball game I've been to, the Giants game here many times. It's almost reminded me of like the Sac Republic game. I've been to a handful of games, but just the drum, just the crowd, the electricity, just unbelievable crowd. I mean, it was amazing baseball game. Every single inning, the crowd was electric. Just feeling there was amazing. I mean, it puts MLB games here to shame. Just a crowd, just a vibe. It was amazing.
I've seen the clips from KBO. I've seen the clips from KBO games, and you're absolutely right. The crowds and the atmospheres, really, honestly, in Japan, in Korea, the Dominican, and a few others. You're absolutely right. I mean, you can get that sometimes in playoff games here, but overall for regular season games, there is absolutely no comparison.
Yeah, true. By the way, what's your thoughts on the Bills' upcoming season? With adding the Bradley Chubb and then also DJ Moore.
I would say I did not expect a Bills' upcoming season question, Ollie, but I love you, so I'll answer it. When you have Josh Allen, you have a chance. But I would say this, much like we used to talk about the Bills years and years ago as the team that, even though to make a Super Bowl is an insane accomplishment, much less 2 in a row, much less 3 in a row, much less 4 in a row, which the Bills did, they lost every single one. So the story is not about the successful Bills franchise that made the Super Bowl 4 years in a row. It's about Scott Norwood and them losing 4 years in a row. You're not in that territory because you're not making Super Bowls, but the Bills are nearing a point right now, especially with Sean McDermott out, where it's what are we going to do with Josh Allen? I don't care if the Bills go 17-1 in the regular season or even 18-0, or I'm sorry, 16-1, 17-0. I'm jumping ahead. It's not going to, now with the Bills, it's all about what are you going to do in the playoffs? You have to have a good regular season to get to the playoffs, but honestly, they've got that moniker on them now. They have that stamp of can't get it done in the playoffs. And by the way, this year, they had the Chiefs out. They had some heavy hitters out, and they still couldn't get it done. I love Bradley Chubb as an addition, but you got to get it done, man. Super Bowl or bust. Steven, good morning.
Hey, good morning, brother. How are you, man?
Hey, Steven. How are you, my man?
I am good, brother. How are you, man?
You know what? I am here. No Jason, but we're about 1/5 of our way through the week.
1/5. Yeah, you're coming up on it. So, can I shout this show out? Is there something that is there something against radio guys to where I can't it's sacrilegious and disrespectful to mention another show stealing another show's material?
It depends. If it's a local show, it's funny you asked this question. We only have a couple minutes, Steven, but I'm going to give you an answer to a question you actually didn't ask, but this is kind of a hard and fast rule. When you're, we always talk about Nielsen having us as the number one sports show in the city, which I can't lie about. It's legitimately, I'm invoking the Nielsen name because it's true. And that's a compliment to our listeners. But there's an old rule that I learned from when I worked with a guy named Don Geronimo when it comes to radio wars. You only participate in Radio Wars if you're trying to catch other shows. And if you're ahead, the only thing a Radio War is going to do is it's going to get your listeners to go listen to them to see what they say and back and forth, and you can only lose. So what I'm saying here is if there was another show locally stealing our product, I wouldn't really care because I don't want to get into it. And by the way, don't blame them. But I believe you're referring to a national show.
Yeah, so this national show is an East Coast-based show. Obviously, this show kicks on 11:40 after your guys' schedule. At 6 o'clock, this show kicks on, and I remember on my way home, I just picked up my son, and all of a sudden, all right, we're gonna play a game called Let's Go Streaking. I'm like, wait a freaking minute here. Hold on a second. Let's Go Streaking.
Yeah.
So what do? I'm Petty. Richard Petty was my favorite NASCAR driver. So long story short, I go to the comment section on their YouTube Live, and I said, hey, if you guys are going to steal content from other shows, I just want to let you guys know the show record is 22.
Boom!
So, good luck.
Boom! Take that there, Frankie and Fergie or whoever it is.
Yeah, exactly. All right, buddy. I'll let you hang with that one, man. You have a good day. Love you, buddy.
Love you. Good for you, Steven. That's how you handle it. You just unleash the crew. And you know what? Wouldn't surprise me if they stopped. Although imitation is the greatest form of flattery, but only if I'm doing it. As we go to break, Chris, I am overjoyed to tell you that by a score of 57 to 43%, we asked this earlier on the Twitter.
People are dumb.
People are not dumb. I always thought that Randy Macho Man Savage was saying, step into a Slim Jim. As soon as I said it out loud, realized how stupid that sounds, and I admit it. And I asked the question, am I the only one that thought he said step into a Slim Jim instead of snap into a Slim Jim? Well, it turns out 43% of those polled today thought that he actually also said step into a Slim Jim. My people, I love you. And you know what? I'll correct it. Step into a Slim Jim. We'll take a break. When we come back. What's on deck? Brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. We'll clean up some stuff here, and then we'll go to celebrity birthdays. And crosstalk with Matt and Kayla. No Jason Ross, by the way, so that could get scary. We'll do it next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
A multi-billion-dollar settlement is paying claims for up to 21 years. If you were exposed to weed killers at work or at home, your rights are affected. If you or your family has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, you could receive $6,000 to $165,000 or more. This settlement impacts you even if you're not sick, because this blood cancer can take 10 to 15 years to appear. If you stay in the settlement, you give up your right to sue. Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 888-403-8201. Paid for by the Roundup Settlement.
The next 30 seconds could save you hundreds on your car insurance. At The Hartford, we're passionate about your protection. If you're 50 or over, AARP Auto Insurance from The Hartford gives you benefits that really matter. And you could save $597 when you switch. How's that for a little peace of mind? Visit trusthartford.com today. The Hartford, your protection is our passion. The Hartford Insurance Group, Inc. pays royalty fees to AARP for the use of its intellectual property. AARP and its affiliates are not insurers. Savings vary.
Your Toyota's been through a lot with you. Traffic, rain, potholes, you name it. But it keeps showing up, mile after mile. So maybe it's time to give a little back. For a limited time at your local Toyota dealer, get 3 new tires and get the 4th for $1. Because a ride that's always there for you deserves to be taken care of. 3 tires, get the 4th for $1? Go on. Treat your Toyota. Deal ends April 30th. Keep your Toyota a Toyota. Restrictions apply. Toyota and Scion vehicles only. See participating Toyota dealers for details.
Buying golf gear is easy. Buying the right golf gear, well, that's different. At Hagen Oaks, they don't just sell equipment, they fit your entire game. With TrackMan technology in the Player Performance Studio, your clubs are matched to your swing. Ping's Ballnamic Fitting helps you find the golf ball that performs best for you. Hagen Oaks Putter Fitting Studio dials in your stroke, and FootJoy's 3D foot scanner finds correct shoe size for your feet. It's a smarter way to play better golf. Total Game Fitting at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
Contractors, remodelers, you now have a great supplier to assist you with your next project. Anova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento. They are Northern California's best kitchen and bathroom remodeling supply store. Anova has the latest cabinet styles, a great selection of countertops, flooring, bathroom fixtures, and more. Visit their website, InnovaCabinetStone.com. Take advantage of their grand opening special, a $750 in-store credit. Stop by today, Innova Cabinet and Stone in Sacramento.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for the Declaration of Deals sales event?
Right now, you can save up to $14,500 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 2500 and 3500 heavy duties. And take advantage of available 5.9% financing for 84 months with no payments for 90 days on select inventory.
That's the kind of savings we need with gas prices so high.
It's true. Plus, Ram has some of the best fuel EPA ratings in the segment. And with over 500 new Rams available, your new hard-to-find heavy-duty Ram is at Hoblet. Don't miss your chance to save with Hoblet Dodge in Woodland.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection, nobody beats Hoblet, period. $14,500 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 2500 Limited Longhorn after $1,500 factory rebates and $13,000 dealer discounts. Discounts include $1,000 Hoblet business owner bonus with proof of business ownership, $1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, and $500 on-the-job upfit with eligible upfit. 1% savings, VIN 152135. See dealer for details.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is going to be fun.
It's time for What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing.
Just in time.
Just had an interesting conversation coming up the stairs with Anthony. Hey, Anthony. Hey, Dave. And then he keeps going down the stairs, and he goes, oh, hey, I saw you on TV over the weekend. I went, why? I don't know. It was on mute. And then he kept walking. I don't, that's the whole story. That's the entire exchange.
Did Nate dress up as Anthony and try and sneak into the building? That's 100% something that Nate would have done.
Boy. JR, not that JR, Bay Area JR. When I was looking at the top 10 list of somebody put out of movie soundtracks, and I noticed that Dirty Dancing wasn't on there, that Footloose wasn't on there, Top Gun wasn't on there. It was all like Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. Fine.
So I'm guessing it's going soundtracks based off of like scores.
The scores, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then even, I mean, look, I know you're a huge fan, but even a Harry Potter not in the top 10. That's a crazy soundtrack. And JR,
like one with that has all the different music and stuff, I would put Jackie Brown on there.
Yeah, I don't. You know what I was about to do there? I just stopped myself. You know what I was about to do there?
Pretend like
I'd seen the movie and be like, yeah, no, I started down the lying road. I did, and I caught myself. I was good. I was just about to be like, hey, you know what? I could see that. That's a good shout, Chris. I don't want people to not know I haven't seen Jackie Brown, so I'll agree and be one of the cool kids. JR is one.
Do yourself a favor.
Yeah, and well, I should. I don't know. I have no excuse for not seeing it. I also haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, I know. All I've seen of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I've seen it like 9 times, and I've actually seeked it out, is the clip with Brad Pitt and Bruce Lee.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's incredibly entertaining. You think that would be enough to get me to watch the movie? JR.
You wouldn't like it.
I wouldn't like
Yeah, like, I don't think you would like it.
Okay. Well, let's take that prediction, and I will be honest. So, yeah, anyways, Anthony walks by me and just goes, yeah. Saw you on TV. Why? I don't know. It was on mute. Okay. Oh, I forgot. And then I said, well, why didn't you unmute it and see what it was? I forgot that part. Why didn't you unmute it? And he goes, And then as he's walking out of sight, he goes, I think it was something to do with soccer. I'm like, okay. There is a documentary I am in right now that is making the rounds on CBS.
There is what you guys did, like a YouTube series.
Yes.
About
this is different. This is
my favorite part of that is when you're getting news about it and you do one of the.
Are you saying you enjoyed my acting?
Yes.
Oh, that was take 7. Yeah, CBS produced
Dave,
by.
Don't look directly in the camera and shrug your shoulders.
I was going for the Office type of thing. It didn't work. Yeah, the weirdly enough, directed and produced by the voice of UCLA football and basketball, Josh Lewin. There's a documentary, 2 episodes out already. It's called, what is it? Soccer Over Here, Football Over There on your on CBS Sports Network and other properties. So yeah, if you see that, you know. From the 916, Judgment Night is the best soundtrack. That's from Alan. Judgment Night is probably one of the more influential soundtracks in history. Most of you don't know what I'm talking about. But really, the whole rap rock mashup genre, whether you like it or not, Judgment Night, the Emilio Estevez movie, was really the starter there. With I think they had like Pearl Jam matched up with like Run DMC and Helmet, and it was stuff like that. Nirvana and then the Beavis and Butthead soundtrack. That's a great soundtrack. You probably think I'm joking. I'm
Red
not.
Hot Chili Peppers.
A Roller Coaster is on that. My favorite Aerosmith song, Deuces Are Wild, which that's, I believe, the only album that's on. That's from that. Monster
Inc.
No, it's Run DMC, or it's Sir Mix-a-Lot. Monster Mac. Bounce by Run DMC. What else do we have here? Oh, What's on Deck, brought to you by Trek Stacking and Railing. I should probably get to that. What's on deck today? A lot of some NBA, folks. You already have baseball underway. We'll get to that in a second. But we have not 1, not 2, but 3 NBA playoff games, all game 2s. The Raptors visit the Cavaliers. Cleveland up 1-0. The Knicks look to go up 2-0 on the Atlanta Hawks. By the way, Raptors Cavs 4 p.m. on Peacock. 5 p.m. also on NBC Peacock. Hawks and Knicks, I need to stop saying it that way. And also on NBC and Peacock, Timberwolves and Nuggets. That will round. 7:30 start our time for Timberwolves Nuggets, who I believe are both in Central. Or is Denver's in Mountain, aren't they? What the hell is Mountain? I know it's an hour ahead of us, but still, Mountain's stupid. Just make it Central or Pacific and just deal with the dark. Yeah, it's just dumb.
Well, it really is. Well, is it? I guess Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City.
Is it?
Yeah, Salt Lake City and Denver.
Is that about it? What major cities are in Mountain time? Phoenix.
Oh, well, isn't that theirs is weird though, right?
Yes, because they don't do
daylight savings,
but they do something else, and they don't like all the holidays. And Phoenix is weird. Denver, Boise, Billings, Santa Fe,
Boise,
Salt Lake, Cheyenne, all Mountain time. Just go one way or the other. Did you know also there's a 4th one? It's like
up in Canada.
Yeah, like Newfoundland and
it's like 30 minutes difference.
It's so weird. Oh, what time zone is Newfoundland in? It's like Newfoundland and Retriever or something. Atlantic. No, it's 4 hours ahead. Right now it's 1:37 p.m. I think you're right. There is one that's like a half hour. It may not be in this part of the world, but yeah, did I say Newfoundland and Retriever? Newfoundland and Labrador.
Yeah, Newfoundland, Canada.
Says it's
There's a few of them.
Says it's 1:37 p right now. Has anyone ever traveled there on vacation? That's like a neck of the woods I've never been to. I wonder if it's great. Newfoundland and Labrador and like, I mean, I've kind of wanted to do the Boston, Maine, Vermont maple syrup tour, but I've always wondered that the Northeast, like the Newfoundland area, all those little dotty islands at the end of that Canada, if you look at it on a globe, like what the hell is that in August?
When you said the Maple Leaf Tour, I'm imagining like people that travel to Napa for wine tasting and you're going to different...
Yeah, right? Oh, hey, that's got a kiss of butter. Oh, that's actually a George Washington maple tree. Can I tell you something, dude? I would 1,000% go on a maple syrup tasting tour. You get like a little, like a tiny corner of a waffle. Like how they have like the cheese and the cracker spread to clear your palate with the wines. You get like a tiny little waffle and you dip it in. And you've got like somebody behind the counter dressed up in like the red and black plaid forest shirt with the hat with the flaps, named Mort, who's explaining to you on your syrup flight.
Oh, you go to Newfoundland and in May through June, do iceberg viewing and whale watching.
Well, that sounds fun. Well, that I would do that. I think JetBlue flies there too.
You could go check out the puffin colonies.
The puffin colonies, is that? I thought that was in Jamaica. You know, because they're baseball tonight. The Tigers and Red Sox are tied up at 2 right now.
We really haven't been taking advantage of that today.
Of what?
Of what today is.
Oh, Earth Day. It's April 20th.
Let's try that again. Hey, Dave, you can go to the puffin colonies in Newfoundland.
I thought that was in Jamaica. That's well done. A's Mariners tonight. 6:40 first pitch.
I guess we'll find out how Sacramento Kayla is tonight.
Why? Oh, what? What's going on? What?
Because the Seattle Mariners are taking on Sacramento's own.
Oh, and she's a Wazoo kid. Oh, we'll find out coming up next as we got celebrity birthdays and crosstalk with Matt and Kayla, all right after this.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis, put the frosting on the cake, put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a two-hand flush makes it 114-106.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
If you don't care about saving 50% off your wireless bill for the same 5G coverage the big guys are charging a fortune for, maybe you care about keeping jobs in America. Pure Talk does. They've pledged to run their entire operation from this country, including all their customer service. Or maybe you care about our nation's veterans. Pure Talk does. They've donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to America's Warrior Partnership, a fantastic organization working hard to prevent veteran suicide. Or maybe you care about closing America's skills gap. Pure Talk does. They're a proud supporter of MicroWorks. They're helping my foundation train the next generation of skilled workers. Don't get me wrong. Saving money's great, and you'll save plenty with Pure Talk. But if you want to be in business with people who share your values, dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure talk.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. And there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
If your business depends on reliable vehicles, it's time to upgrade your fleet at myelkgrovechevrolet.com. We specialize in fleet pricing, bulk discounts, and fast approvals, so your team stays on the road and on the job. From work trucks and vans to fuel-efficient sedans and SUVs, we have the inventory, service, and financing to keep your business moving. Call or visit myelkgrovechevrolet.com today and ask about exclusive fleet savings. myelkgrovechevrolet.com, driving business forward.
Injured and you're considering an LA law firm looking to charge you 45% to 50% in attorney's fees? That's overcharging. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years, and I can tell you no matter how complicated your injury case, you should never be charged 45% or 50% in attorney's fees ever. Direct, experienced, unrelenting, and honest local representation matters. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton & Price serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries. So for the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
There we go.
I miss my buddy.
Which?
How you holding up?
The clapping guy.
I'm almost done. 4 more shows to go.
You did great today.
We'll see.
Look at
It's
that.
a great listen.
Ugh.
Look at that. Did he
like
stay
it.
on track? Oh, well, that's the answer.
I mean, we covered a lot. We had Chris Rose from American Gladiators and Steel
I
show
loved American Gladiators.
Yeah.
What was your
growing up.
favorite event?
What is it, the jousting?
Yeah, that's what I was
love
referring
the
to, too,
jousting.
where they knocked him off the pedestal
Yeah.
with the big foamy things.
I probably should have said joust.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Chris?
I said that I'm an assault guy.
Oh.
Yeah, he literally, that's the quote of the day. I'm an assault guy. Yeah, yes.
That's the one with the tennis balls that they're shooting at them?
Title of the show.
And then we talked NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
Of course.
We're going to do that too.
We talked about the NBA. I got a response directly. Matt,
Wow.
I'll let you be the judge.
Big guy here.
Look at you want a big guy? Look at this.
He just
Big
calls
guy
the NBA.
energy.
Look at that. Michael Bass, Director of NBA Communications.
What did
Hi,
he say?
Dave.
Hi, yeah, well, you don't have to read the whole thing.
Oh, read it.
You get the point. It says, hi, Dave.
The Kings are guaranteed to lose the coin flip.
Something
You're
like
getting
that.
the 7th pick. Oh.
I am not starting my day off on a negative note.
Why? We just had this
Because.
conversation. By the way,
Because.
shockingly, you were fired up about something when I walked in.
Oh, don't worry. Maybe I'll
no,
divulge all
don't.
this on air one day.
As long as it's not on me.
It's not on you
Okay,
guys.
all right.
Could be if you want it to
No,
be.
it's not going to be.
It's just, I walk in and Kayla's
This
something
is
about
all I'm
disgusting.
gonna,
and,
yes,
yeah,
this is all I'm going to say.
Uh-huh.
I was telling my great co-host here. By the way, I work with great people
Hey.
at Sactown Sports.
Somehow great sounded barbed.
I know, I feel
No.
like the other side.
This is actually me not being sarcastic.
All right, okay.
I work with
I'm here.
great people.
I
I'm
do.
here for it.
No, the only reason why I'm saying
here
this
for it.
and believe it is for the fact that I was telling Matt I'm an actual very loyal person
Yes.
until you do something that is absolutely ridiculously not like a human action.
Yes.
And then I will never, ever speak to you again, and you're probably going to get put on blast when the time is right.
Oh, yeah.
So that situation,
Kayla keeps receipts.
and those people are going to get on blast at some point.
Kayla keeps receipts.
That is right.
I gotta be honest, Kayla, you're like you have college football like top 25 rankings, and like maybe a team starts out like as also ran or like low in the 25, right? Like you're creeping into like I think you're already in my top 10 so far this season of people I'm most afraid to be upset with me in the world. Like wife is number one, and she's basically
By
like
the way,
Yale in
your
the 1800s.
wife is intimidating.
But you're in
You're
in trouble all the
Thanks.
time.
You know now.
I do,
You've
but I
experienced
like
it yourself.
that.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. She is. Try living with her. And no, I mean legitimately. Could you? I'll move. But You're getting there.
I
feel like that's a compliment.
I wear that as a badge of honor.
Is there anybody else? You don't have to say a name, but is there anyone else that works in this building that's on that list that's higher than Kayla? Is Kayla the highest in this building on that list?
One of our engineers used to be that guy.
Wait,
he's not here anymore.
Oh, okay.
No, he's moved on.
Engineers, I'll tell you this much about engineers.
He's no longer with us.
No, he's no longer working here.
He's like RIP.
Yeah.
They're intimidating.
Let's just say I've worked with multiple engineers in the past. I go out of my way to be nice to for a couple of reasons. Number one, and when you're in radio, always be good to the engineers. They can make your life miserable.
And TV, by the way.
Secondly, I always want to be the one that they look at in a situation and go, you know what, you've always been cool to me. And then they just move on.
Yeah.
I'm perpetually afraid of some of these guys losing it one day. And I want to be the one where they're like, you know what, you're good. You're good. You've always been nice to me. Pat Still is gone now. He retired Friday.
He's no longer with us as well.
Yeah, Pat would be one that I would not want to be mad at me.
Is Pat capable of being mad at people?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen Pat mad at him.
Tom flashed
you should not hear what he says behind your back.
Oh, boy.
It's all deserved, though.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This guy didn't know what to do with his kid?
We
How do you not know when your kid's going to school?
We had a long
He'd
talk.
say that to my face.
We had a nice long talk. Speaking of what you were talking about, negative, I was saying that optimism is highly overrated.
Oh.
That's my regular.
Also, we actually did some production for you guys because the coin flip is going to happen during your show.
Yes.
Thank you.
And we got Dave's reaction to whether the Kings win the coin toss or lose the coin
We won't
toss.
be live. You'll be live. So when it happens, we wanted to help you out with instant reaction. So, Chris, which is first here would be how about if the Kings win the coin toss? No. It's if the Kings lose the coin toss. So let me know when you're ready. Coin toss is around noon. You guys will probably, they said they'll, within the next hour or so, they'll put it out on NBA Communications and all that. What happened?
It's going to take them an hour?
Hey, man, I don't make the flowers. I just pick them.
So this is if the Kings lose the coin toss.
Oh, come on, man. Like, can we ever get lucky?
Ever.
Now you know we're going to lose this whole freaking thing. We're going to drop to whatever the hell the bottom is. God hates Sacramento.
Yeah.
Dang.
Okay.
Right. So that's if we.
That's a negative.
That's if we lose.
Okay.
That's the negative.
We
side.
did a positive one for you. So Kings win the coin toss.
Right.
Chris, here's the.
I might seem a little bit more excited about it than Dave.
Okay.
Just a little bit more.
All right, here we go.
Woo! That's the start, baby.
Oh God, this is the spot that fell the most last year.
Yep. Here we go.
This is what we wanted, Dave.
It's not. We get one piece of luck per draft, and this is what we wasted it on.
Mm-hmm.
We get one piece of luck.
Yep.
One. And we moved ahead of the Jazz. Great.
Oh God, you guys.
Well, that means that our lowest pick just went up one, and I guarantee you we're gonna fall the most.
Oh my
God hates Sacramento, dude.
Yeah.
Either way, I got you covered.
No,
we're not having this on our show.
Because there's no point in optimism was my point.
No.
Optimism's overrated.
Why?
Stop.
No, it's true.
But that used to be my whole shtick, and now I'm like the complete opposite.
Do you want me to? Let me ask you this: are you open to explanation? Because you have to be open to it.
I think I am.
I will.
If Kayla is.
I know she's not. I can tell right now.
I'm curious what your answer is.
It's a very
it's God hates us.
All I would say, and no, Sacramento, and everything.
Basketball.
Yeah. But no, in general.
Basketball.
But I would say this is my basic synopsis. And I went 20 minutes. I'll go 30 seconds here. When you're an optimist, you believe the good is going to happen. Mm-hmm. You believe in it, right?
Yep.
So the best case scenario is your expectations are met.
Uh-huh.
But inevitably, when it usually doesn't go your way, the fall from the pedestal is a splat.
Uh-huh.
Pessimism.
But isn't your daily life better?
No.
Oh.
Well, I live in pessimism and it's not worked. So now I'm going to live in optimism.
Okay.
Pessimism.
All right. Yep.
You expect the worst out of things. You expect the worst out of people. You expect the worst outcome in your sports world. You know it's going to be bad.
Uh-huh.
Two things. Number one, the worst case scenario, your expectations are met.
Yeah.
I expected that, and I'm prepared with my leather steel-clad heart.
Uh-huh.
I'm prepared for the arrow that's going to be fired at me. So it sucks, but I'm prepared for it.
Mm-hmm.
Or the good thing happens. I was not prepared for that. Have you ever had something good to you happen? Have you ever had something good to you happen, Kayla? And no, you have.
No.
But have you ever had something good to you happen and you weren't prepared for it? And you went, oh, it's not as enjoyable because I wasn't prepared for the good thing? No, you're even happier. And I even explained, I said, sometimes I'll do this to my wife, for example. Hello. Here, we'll role play. Hey, listeners, this is going to be fun. Kayla, you and I role play. You're my wife real quick. Now,
why can't I be your wife?
Well, I'm just picking Kayla because she's the optimist one.
Wow.
I come home.
I'm not really.
I come home and I go, I lost my job. I lost my job. She goes, oh my God, what are we going to do? I go, we're going to, whatever, we'll figure it out, as long as we love each other, blah, blah, blah. Right. But I lost my job. And I let that sit for a little bit. And then I go, just kidding. I actually got a raise. I actually got a really big raise. That's how I present good news to her sometimes. I take her on a mental journey and I pull her down into the depths. And then just when she's starting to get that mud on her, I lift her up and she's super excited, though upset with me for doing it. But the good news is even better.
So you gaslight her into...
Oh, my God.
That
How
is
do
correct.
you have limbs left?
That is correct. Because I only do
what
that
happens if something bad actually happens?
Well, then I just say the bad thing. It doesn't work.
But then she's waiting. She's like, okay, so what's the good news?
It doesn't work the other way. I can't be like, guess what? I got a raise. You did? No, I got fired. I don't do that. But the other way?
I kind of would like that way more. It'd be funnier.
I don't think
it
she
would be.
Well, it'd be funnier for not me. Celebrity birthdays.
Oh, we still play this?
Yeah, brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Hey, you thinking good of the world? Don't worry, it'll disappoint you. And when it does, curl yourself around a Crumble Cookie. You can be the big spoon.
Did you teach this to your kiddos?
No, God, no. I told them to look for the best in the world.
Oh.
No, that's just for me. Not my kids.
You treat others how you wanted to be treated.
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
Go through life being a pessimist.
Do as I say, not as I do.
All right, first easy win for Matt today.
Oh.
Happy birthday today to Andy Serkis.
Ooh. Okay, I should know this.
I know you like Harry Potter.
Andy, go to the circus.
Also known as Gollum.
Andy Serkis. I hope he's not in his 60s yet. I'm going to say 50.
Be optimist.
58.
Be an optimist, Matt.
He might be in his 60s.
He's
59.
He's 60.
Dave is closer. He is 62 today.
No!
By the way, the Brooklyn Nets have signed head coach Jordy Fernandez and the entire coaching staff to a multi-year extension.
Hell yeah, Jordy!
All right, keep going.
Birthday gift for him.
Happy birthday today to George Takei. Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh.
George
the original.
Takei, yeah, he's
gotta be like 100.
86.
92.
89.
We have a correct answer. The one person that knew it. Matt George.
Hey,
89 years old.
I know.
George Takei.
I knew what you were
Happy
talking
birthday today to Carmen Electra.
The frog.
Whoa. MTV.
Carmen
Man,
Electra.
do you know who Carmen
Electra
is?
No, she's God, she's
man.
like 62, isn't she?
No.
I hope not.
No. She's
I believe she was one of Prince's girls.
Yeah, she's 55.
Definitely a huge fan of hers back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm. Remember Jenny McCarthy?
Oh,
yeah.
remember Jenny. Do you remember Elle McPherson, Dave? Cindy Crawford, Kathy Ireland? Not at all.
More 80s.
61.
Kayla?
55, I said.
Oh, Kayla's closest, 54.
Okay, good.
One last. How about Brandon Belt?
Hey.
Oh, Brandon Belt.
Brandon Belt is 37.
38.
35.
Another correct answer for Matt George, and that's how we end it.
I knew that.
All right, King's coin toss today. All the stuff that happened over the weekend, and Kayla's fired up about something. It's Matt and Kayla next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a